Ladies and gentlemen, if you can take your seats, the debate is about to begin. Thank you.
Oh man, chat! Are y'all ready? Oh, can you feel the hype?
Oh, let's get some random about here. Hold on, let's get it started.
Oh, the excitement, chat! It's what y'all waited for! Y'all ready? To see two nerds debate about Fortnite? Let's go! Let's get some chicken in the chat! Let's get some W's in the chat! Let's go! Let's go!
Let's get this thing started, man. Hold on. Where's my butt? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the 0 Point Podcast. I am your host, Clark Clinton. Today, we are going to be putting a controversial issue in the Fortnite community to rest. Resolved! The Fortnite storyline is actually trash. I am joined by 5 other amazing Fortnite theorists in the community. First off, I would like to give a special bit of attention to our first guest, the person I will be debating tonight, the one, the only, Cyan. Yo, Cyan, bro, say what's up to everybody. Let's give a round of applause for Cyan, bro.
Hey, how's everyone doing? I am too nervous. I'm dying. But first of all, I wanted to say this is just an honor to be here. I'm so happy. I'm not going to disappoint anyone. Just wait. I'm going to destroy. No, just wait for it. Okay, I'm not going to talk more so other people can talk too. Goodbye.
All right, it's enough of that. Up next, I would like to introduce this evening's moderator, the mysterious, the regal, the distinguished, one and only, Mr. JOY. Mr. JOY, can you say hello to everybody real quick, bro?
Hi guys, it's me, Mr. JOY. Hi. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for having me on, Clark.
Bro, honored to have you on. W. All right, send that.
Wait, was my mic muted?
No, you were good. We heard you. We heard you. You're good. You're good. Next, I would like to introduce someone else who's going to be new to the podcast. A newbie I've collaborated with this person a couple of times, just sporadically. I would like everyone to give a rousing round of fried chicken to the lovely Tater Tot. Yo, Tater, say hello to everybody. The young Tater Pie.
Hello, everyone. I'm pretty sure there's at least 5 of you. I can't count to 10.
W Tater. All right. Up next, this man needs no introduction. He's been on the channel a bajillion times, a bajillion and one at least by now. This individual is a good, close friend of the channel and is my source for a lot of Fortnite information that I don't understand. It is the one, the only, Todoist Y, a.k.a. TDSX. Tedious.
Hold on. Hello. I think it's 1,000,002 times. I'd like to correct that.
1,000,002. Okay, all right, bro.
Nothing.
All right, fair enough. All right, bro. Sit your ass down, all right?
All right.
Finally, last but not least, we have the man who's carrying the Fortnite theory community on his back, single-handedly. The man, the myth, the legend. Oh, shit, it couldn't be. It is Retro. Yeah. Retro, say hello.
Good evening, everybody. Hope you're all doing well.
W. Oh, man. Chat. All right, that's enough applause for now. Chat, listen, today is going to be so much fun. I'm joined by 5 really awesome people who I consider to be good friends and associates. This is going to be fun. So I want to lay down a couple of rules for how this podcast is going to go, okay? First and foremost, We don't want to be hurting anyone's feelings here. These are our opinions, all right? We understand that people are going to have conflicting opinions, and all we ask that everyone who participates in today's activities remain respectful, but be open-minded to the critiques and arguments that are going to be presented out today. The point of today's podcast is to really get ultimately closer to the truth at the end of the day. It's not about being right. It's about understanding conflicting viewpoints and ultimately getting to a better understanding of the Fortnite storyline. I, of course, will be in the proponent or the affirmation of today's debate topic. Resolved, Fortnite storyline is actually trash. That is what I have the task of defending. Cyan will be the opposition. He will be stating, no, the Fortnite storyline is not actually trash. Clark, you are. And he's going to prove it through several examples that he has laid out. Mr. JOY is going to be our moderator, so he's going to make sure that Cyan and I do not stab each other by the end of this. And then Tedious, Retro, and Tater are going to be our judges. So this is how it's going to work. At first, Cyan and I are going to give our opening statement. Cyan is going to give 3 minutes. I'm going to give 3 minutes. We're going to just lay down the general framework for our case. After that, we're each going to have a maximum of 7 minutes to lay down why we believe what we believe in terms of whether or not the Fortnite storyline is trash or good. And then after that, we're going to open it up to everybody here on the panel, and it's going to be people are going to be able to ask us questions. So Cyan and I will still be debating, but we're going to be able to now directly attack each other, going back and forth, examining each other's points, and overall having discourse amongst every single Fortnite there is here. Now, chat, this is where you come in, because if you've been on the channel lately, we have been making the streams more interactive. You guys will get to decide who you believe won the debate today. Okay, so towards the end of this, we're going to throw a poll up. I might throw a poll up at a couple of different points throughout the stream where we'll ask, who do you think is winning the debate? But ultimately, by the end of it, you guys will decide that. And then we'll have another activity for you guys later on, something that Mr. JLY has planned, which we're going to get everybody in chat to interact with, okay? So, with that being said, why don't we get this thing started? Cyan, yo, bro, are you ready?
I am a little bit nervous, but I'm gonna destroy you. Just wait. But I am ready.
All right, I like the bravado. We'll see about that. So listen, you have the benefit of being the second most powerful speaker in this engagement. We are going to give you the ability to speak first. You have 3 minutes. Jay, do you have the timer ready?
Wait. Speak about what? I'm confused.
So don't worry. You won't be in a moment. So, Cyan, you're going to get 3 minutes to just give a general outline. You're not going to go into a bunch of detail and go into a bunch of points to prove your statement. You're just going to give your general thesis on why you believe the Fortnite storyline is actually good. Okay, you're going to have 3 minutes to do it. Jay will let you know when We'll let you know when to begin. Okay.
Yep, sure.
All right, Jay. We're all waiting on you, my friend.
Take some deep breaths. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Okay, so first of all, how many games out there that are multiplayer have a storyline as massive, as huge as Fortnite? Nah, there is just Fortnite and some other ones which garbage, no one can kill. No, just Fortnite. And then, how many just like multiverse of massive stories that are kind of like never-ending stories out there? There's like Marvel, there is DC Universe that was garbage, they had to reboot it, and then there is like Star Wars that completely got destroyed, except Mandalorian, he's awesome. And then we got Fortnite. Look at this thing. It's doing better than all of those. The story, oh my god, I love it. And then after that, just look at how connected this game's story is. Like every time we think about something, we look at something, we just like, what is this? What exactly is going on? Probably not that important. 2 years passes. It is the most important thing that you could expect. It showed you what exactly the most important part of the game's story is. And then you see it, your mind just blown. You're like, oh my god, I didn't expect this. How? How? And then the characters, they're just so awesome. There's so many different personalities. There's so many different fractions. It's just the best, man. Is there more time or is that 3 minutes? What?
No, you got another 2 minutes.
Okay, so, and then, oh my god, I need to breathe. After that, we got such a great planning. So first of all, chapter 1, I kind of I'm not the biggest fan of chapter 1, but even chapter 1, it was a great introduction, just confusion. You're not sure what this world is, what's going on. These characters, who's Ice King, why is like a ice thing on the water, and then we keep going forward. Chapter 2 explains more, we understand more how we're getting controlled, and then in chapter 3, everything just gets out. We finally understand like what the hell is going on, and it is so awesome to be part of. I absolutely love it. The live events, how beautiful beautiful they are. They're like the massive flower, the destruction of the mothership, seeing that huge like ball, cube cradle, yeah, cube cradle in the sky, cube queen, and then like after that. There's another thing that is really underrated but really important, the musics in like stories. Musics are a huge impact, and this game's musics, they make you sometimes cry. They are just, oh, they're great. They're awesome. And then what else is there? Like, have I talked about the graphics? They're
Oh my god, bro.
they're okay. So another thing that is really important in stories, the designs, the attention to detail, everything like that. The design of the characters, the design of like the live events, the scenes, all of these. Each character has their own feeling, each fraction. These are really important details that like Epic is getting really good. They have some mistakes, but so far they're doing banger, especially with how this game is focused on multiplayer, but they still have managed to put in such a great story inside of that. Not many people have managed to do that.
That's 3 minutes.
Time.
That's 3 minutes.
Wow. You
He
got
went
it.
in.
Wow.
He went in.
Perfect. W. Nice job, Cyan. All right.
That's a tough part, Clark.
All right. Let me know when I can go.
Are you ready? You good to go? Okay.
I'm ready.
On 5. Oh, on 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, my goal today is not to dissuade you from enjoying the Fortnite storyline. My goal is not to make anyone feel bad for enjoying the Fortnite storyline. But my goal is to prove to you today that you do indeed deserve better. Fortnite's storyline is bad on 4 basic premises. The first of which is that the Fortnite storyline is bad because it does not provide satisfying payoffs for its viewers. The second reason is because it is difficult to follow without the use of external materials. The third reason is because with even for those of us who can and do view external materials, it even makes the story more complex to follow. And finally, I would argue that the storyline does not respect the audience that the story is intended for, meaning that there are certain things that should be rewarding as a result of following the story religiously, but because of your involvement, and I would argue the more involved that you get by following the storyline, the less satisfying it becomes. Because of these reasons, I have to conclude that Fortnite, generally speaking, does not have a good storyline. However, that does not mean that just because something is bad, it does not mean that it cannot have good elements. As Cyan eloquently pointed out in his opening statement, there are several aspects of the Fortnite storyline that are actually quite entertaining, that are actually really good, and I would intend to agree with him. But just because a portion of something is good does not mean that the thing as a whole is good. There are certain things, certain elements, certain plot beats, certain storylines, certain payoffs that should be enjoyed and rewarded upon as a result of watching, viewing, interpreting, and analyzing, dissecting the story. And multiple times, Epic Games has dropped the ball by telling a lackluster story. And I would also like to point out that the Fortnite storyline is really supported and propped up by the theorists, not so much the actual story itself. Many times the theorists themselves come up with better outcomes to the Fortnite storyline than the actual creators and writers of the story itself. With that being said, I would like to conclude my points and say that Fortnite storyline, by those metrics, is indeed trash. I yield my time.
Okay, fair enough. No, it's 2 minutes 12 seconds. Fair enough. Good stuff. Good stuff. Love to see it.
All right. Now, Cyan. You have.
Oh, just wait. Just wait.
So now you can start getting into. So now the next section, you'll be able to get into the nitty gritty details on why you think the storyline is good based upon evidence and all of that. Okay.
Okay.
And
so first,
hold on.
Wait, I want to start it. I'm sorry. I want to start. I'm
So
sorry.
you want a 7-minute timer for this one, yeah?
Yeah, 7-minute timer on this one. So he gets a maximum of 7 minutes.
Okay, cool. So, all right.
Oh,
wait. On one. No.
I'm just confused.
All right, no worries.
You good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so Clark, tell me again, what was the first thing you said is terrible about this story? Like, real quick.
I haven't said anything about this. That's not what we're doing yet. What you're trying to do is you're going to lay down why you think the story is good based upon evidence from the story.
Okay, so first of all, as I said, this is a really unique way of storytelling that has not happened like that much. It is really hard to manage and everything. And so far, Fortnite has done better than, I would say, anyone else. Like, Marvel, they only have to deal with their movies, so they have more like time to manage everything than Fortnite. Fortnite has to deal with Creative 2.0. They have to deal with, I don't know, open world. Hopefully it's happening. They have to deal with VR updates, all of that, and then Fortnite making everything. I mean, sorry, the storyline, making everything make sense with that. And so far, they have definitely done a great job with that. Because where have you seen a game like a multiplayer game focused? It's just mainly focused on multiplayer like Fortnite, that people have gone so attached to its story. Such a massive communities have been created, and I would say not knowing a lot of things about the story has been one of the best parts about this game's lore, because it has allowed people to come up with their own ideas and everything, which in some ways you could say it's bad, but for the start of the game, that definitely created a unique community that I have not seen in like many other places. It is like awesome. And then you keep coming up with these furies and stuff, which I actually don't agree. I think how Fortnite did it is way better than the furies the community comes up with. But there is another thing too. We sometimes can come up with better ideas because the only thing mainly we focus on is the story. Epic doesn't have to do that. They have to make sure the story ideas they come up with, they can make the gameplay fun with that too. Like if there is too much IO, then people are gonna be pissed. Like that happened. Like people were sick of Sloan and everything. But because of that, they're kind of managing it in a way to put like breaks between them, which is a great idea. Like in this season, the 7 are put like in a side for now, so other parts of the story, other themes and stuff get told, which this season is one of my like top 5. I love it because of that. So that's definitely a great thing that Epic is planning. They're not making the story ruin the gameplay. They're trying to make both of them work out perfect. And then on the other side, as I said, they're trying to make it like have many different things in the story. There's like characters that are really fun, like Amy, which I love her, and then there's characters that are like heroic characters we love, like actual influencers like play them, like The Rock as Foundation or like Brie Larson as Paradigm, which is sick in my opinion. And then we got like, there is that. And then we got characters like Midas, which is completely different. He's really mysterious. He's like always on the back of the storyline, always there doing something. He has been in every single season and not many people know that, which is awesome. It's like hidden details of a story, which Epic definitely didn't have to do them, but they did, and I appreciate that. And then there is like other groups like the IO and the Last Reality, which actually this part, let me explain this part of it. The way the storyline, the universe is like structured is the most epic story like ever. We got the 0 point, which is created in the darkness, in the nothing, and then after being created, kind of like the Big Bang of like real life, but like in a different way, because 0 point is the god. It connects itself into other like universes from other movies and stuff, and even real life, and then it creates its own universes. So basically Fortnite is like, I have not seen any other omniversal story does it as good as this game. Maybe I have not checked that many, but so far I have not seen any of them. And then you got that. They bring in the characters, in my opinion, really smoothly. Like bringing like Galactus in season 4, it was well planned. Like the way they connected it to the season 10, all the mess up happening to the 0 points, the rift being opened, like the energy waves attracting Galactus, which definitely makes sense if you know like Galactus lore. And then he coming into the island, and then all the superheroes and awesome like crazy details we got. That was awesome. And the way they just kicked them out, that made sense too, because Imagine Order would definitely do such a thing from how they have explained them. And then like the way the story is like structured, something else that I love about this, it's not like those movies like a lot of Marvel villains, they're just bad because they're bad, boo, just be scared of this guy, hate him. No, it's thankfully not like that. We got the Cube Queen, we got the Nothing, we got like Imagine Order. None of these are bad people. They're doing this because they have to. If someone took over your home, if someone did something to you, you would do exactly what the Cube Queen is doing, or the Nothing. Or for the Imagine Order, they're trying to protect the people by like taking over the 0 points. But just like real life, how like people when they get power, they just go crazy, they want to explore it, and then when they explore it, when they actually come up with ideas with it, like the nuclear in real life, they want to like exploit it, reach power, change things up. So those parts, the way the story is told, definitely makes sense. It's really well planned, and it makes every character make sense. It's not like they don't have any emotions; they're just characters. You connect to them, like Sloane. So many people, like, they don't hate on her. They don't see her as a villain. They want her to succeed because of how she's built up. And then even for Geno, I love how he is like built up, the way that he's always on the side. He doesn't want to really show up all the time. He made a character like be fake Geno, not really him in the IO. He doesn't even want the IO to really like know about him, which is really cool, honestly. And we told about that part. There is also the fact that like how so the nothing is supposed to be kind of like the world, the reality before any reality existed, and then the 0 point happened. It just started creating realities inside of it, and that this like idea of like the biggest villain, the biggest power possible to like fight against. It's such a creepy idea. Imagine if that actually existed in real life. That would be kind of cool. I would see Cube Queen, wow, oh my god, but like still, imagine seeing that. And then we got the Imagine Order in here. We got the Seven. We got the Midas crew. We got like John Jones. We got, I don't know, there's so many other characters too. There's so many characters they have to like configure. They have to make sure these all play out. They have to make sure the gameplay manages. The music, have you heard the music? Oh my god, every group has their own.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
This
Wow.
time, perfect.
I had way more, what do you mean?
That's I'm sure you did. Good job, man. All right, Jay. Let me know when I can cook this fool. All right.
All right, okay, that's good. Let me just reset this. All right, on 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
So first things first, I would like to. I want my audience. I want everybody listening to my voice to think of something. Okay. I want you to think of your favorite stories. And if Fortnite's your favorite story, put that one to the side. Think of any other story that you deeply enjoy outside of Fortnite. Think about the characters, think about the world, think about the interactions between the different characters. What is it that makes a good story? That is what we have to look at here when examining the idea of, is Fortnite's storyline actually bad? To answer that question, one of the most important elements to any story is the payoff. Fortnite is probably one of the worst franchises when it comes to paying off. Cyan said something interesting in his dialogue earlier. He was saying that the reason why certain characters are good, the reason why the storyline is really good, is because of how things are explored. But I would argue that Fortnite doesn't actually do a whole lot of exploring with its characters. I could maybe think of 2 characters that do get deeply explored, which are good points to the storyline, but that in of itself does not make a story good just because you explore only 2 characters. And those 2 characters, I would argue, would be the 0 Point and Jonesy. Those are probably the 2 most fleshed out characters in the entire Fortnite storyline. Now, we have other fan favorite characters like Dr. Sloan, Midas, and Geno. I will speak more about those guys later, but I want you all to think of something, okay? Answer this question, ladies and gentlemen. When you are watching the Fortnite storyline, over the last 4 years that you've been examining the story, when's the last time that you really felt genuinely rewarded? When is the last time you got a really good payoff for actually paying attention to the story? Let me give you a prime example. In Fortnite Chapter 3, Season 4, we were introduced to the concept of the Loot Breaker Project. We were introduced to the Loot Breaker Project. It was mentioned by Jonesy, and we all thought that it was a build-up to Midas. And as Cyan pointed out, Midas has always been there in the background in the Fortnite storyline. The issue is that Midas has never really been directly mentioned ever since his involvement all the way back in Chapter 2. There's been little Easter eggs and little hints, and one could argue that that adds to the charm of the game. But I would argue that it's disrespectful to the people that are very invested in the story. The issue is that it wouldn't be an issue if Midas never returned, but the issue is that they keep constantly bringing him up in small ways and teasing him in certain ways and little Easter eggs, but then doing nothing to pay that off. Now, you could argue that it's a slow build-up and it's a slow burn, but at the same time, if looking at Fortnite's past, we typically don't get a good payoff to any of the characters that we get deeply invested into, with maybe the exception of Jonesy. But let's go back to this concept of the Loot Breaker Project. When we were introduced to the Loot Breaker Project, everybody thought, okay, this is clearly a reference to Midas, which to this day, I still think a lot of people think that it was. However, ironically enough, when it came time for the Fortnite Fracture event, there was no mention of a Loot Breaker Project. We never got to see a Loot Breaker Project. And if you think Zero Fusion is the Loot Breaker Project, it's not. It's something totally separate and something totally different. How do we know this? The reason being is because when you fuse something together, you're bringing different elements of something and combining them. But the Loot Breaker Project would imply breaking the Fortnite Island. Now, we saw the Fortnite Island break apart, but it had nothing to do with the involvement of Jonesy or the remaining members of the Seven or Amy. It had everything to do with the plant chick who decided to blow up the Fortnite Island spontaneously because she put her hand on the reality tree, and it blew up. Which, speaking of, Cyan also mentioned earlier that Fortnite villains are very well fleshed out. Fortnite villains are actually some of the worst fleshed out villains in all of fiction. Why do I say this? Let me ask you a question. I'm not going to ask you a question. Actually, no, I am going to ask the question. Let me ask you a question. What do we really know about the Herald's backstory? Can you tell me what her motivation was? Why did she want to blow up the Fortnite Island? Can anybody answer that question? You can't, because her character was never explored. In a live stream I had a few months ago, I made a statement and I gave an analogy that goes something along the lines of this. Let's say one day I come to you. I say, hey, I've got this character. His name's Fred. Fred can shoot laser beams out of any part of his body. You look at me, you're like, okay, cool. This guy sounds really neat. So, what else? No, that's it. Fred's got cool powers and he blows up shit. He's going to blow up the Fortnite Island. Okay, yeah, but why? Why does Fred want to blow up the Fortnite Island? Well, I mean, he just wants to blow it up. I mean, okay, well, what's his motive? Right? What's his backstory? Like, where did he come from? Well, I guess he has ties to like the last reality and the nothing. Okay, well, how did he get to the? Was he born in the last reality? Was he kidnapped? Was he brainwashed? I don't know, man. Like, I'm not really worried about that. He just come to the Fortnite Island to blow some stuff up, and then he's gonna blow up the island. You're never gonna see him again. That's not good storytelling. If I went to you and I did that, and I told you I had a character that had those actions, you would look at me like I was freaking crazy. But Fortnite does it, and for some reason, everyone gets super excited and super passionate about it. But what you really have to realize is that Fortnite drops the ball every single time when it comes to villains. The reason why people get attached to characters in general, whether they be heroes or villains, is because you gain some level of sympathy for them. And the only way you can get sympathy for a character is if you have some level of understanding. What do we really understand about Dr. Sloan? Outside of the limited interaction that we've had with her and a couple of small cutscenes or little Easter egg posters that have been given to us in the Fortnite game, we almost know nothing about Dr. Sloan. Was she born into the Imagine Order? Was she genetically created in a lab to be that smart at a young age? What is her connection to Midas? Because we clearly know that Midas learned from her in the Fortnite storyline, but that's never touched upon. The reason why it's hard to get invested into Fortnite characters, with the exception, I would say, Jonesy and maybe the Imagined, is because most Fortnite characters don't get fleshed out. Can you tell me why the Foundation really hates the Imagine Order? Why does he hate them? You can't answer that question because it's never been mentioned. Now, you can always say that, well, Fortnite's building up. Well, they've been building up for 4 years, and we haven't learned a single thing about characters that we're supposed to care about. See, when a story is good, we feel passion and conviction, and we want these characters to do really well because we get invested into them. But the issue is that it's difficult to get invested into a character when you know zero about them. Or maybe we do know some things about them. Cyan will probably come out later and try to point out to you that, well, we do know X, Y, and Z about certain characters. But the problem is, if X, Y, and Z aren't important elements, that's not enough to make a good story. For example...
Sorry, that's 7 minutes, clock. That's
7 minutes? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Awesome.
Wow.
W's in chat.
There is so much inside of me.
W's.
All right.
Well done.
Nice. Damn, I could have kept cooking. That was a quick 7 minutes.
For about an hour.
Oh my god.
All right.
What do you mean W? No, be on my side.
That's right. Get them W's up, chat. Let's go.
No,
Your boy came
I
prepared.
was saying W's for both of you.
Else.
This is not voting. This is W's for both of you.
Oh man. All right. Real quick. Before we get to. No, Cyan's doing a good job, bro. He's very passionate. I love it. So this is what we're gonna
Thank
do real
you.
quick. Chat, I'm gonna throw up a poll right now. Okay, I'm just gonna throw up a poll. This is not the final. This is not the final decision. But I want to throw up a poll right now. I want you to answer the question: who do you think
Man, I love
is currently
this.
winning the debate? We're gonna start the poll. Okay, those of you who have played our famous game of L or W, you will be very familiar with this. Okay, it's very simple. You vote exclamation mark vote 1 for Cyan, exclamation mark vote 2 for me. You just give your opinion on who you think so far is winning the debate based upon what you've heard. All right. On the screen, you'll be able to see it. Go ahead, cast your votes right now. All right. So now we're in the second half of the debate where Cyan and I will be able to go back and forth, but Tedious, Restro, Tater, and Jay will all be able to ask us questions as we're going through our dialogue. Cyan, I hope I'm going to give you the ability to attack some of my arguments first. I hope you wrote something down or have some things in
right
mind.
now or when?
But yeah, this like Jay, this is not going to be time. We're just going to free ball it here. Okay. So.
Did you say free? Okay.
Yeah, fuck you, Tedious, man.
When you said about
I'm joking, bro.
Oh
I'm
my
joking.
God.
I'm joking.
I love this.
Wait, so we can ask you guys questions.
Yes, you can
Yes.
ask. You can ask us questions as we're having the debate. But let Cyan and I at least set the table first and go back
Yeah,
and forth
of
with each
course.
other a little bit. So, Cyan, I'm gonna let you go ahead and have the first word here. You can attack anything that I've said so far. Okay.
Okay, so for the reward thing, I hardly disagree with that. Okay,
The what
even
thing?
The like Fortnite storyline doesn't reward you. It definitely does.
Okay.
Two things I'm gonna say already. If I think more, I probably can come up with more ideas. First of all, the live events alone. Which other game puts so much love into something that happens for 15 minutes and it's gone? No more, you can't see it again. It's just gone. Never gonna happen again. That is something that probably no other game.
You mean
would
like
do
Fortnite
because-
Fracture?
Okay, listen. Fortnite
You mean like
Fracture,
Fortnite Fracture, right? Or how about the Ice Kings
You
event?
cannot-
Because hang on, how about the Ice Kings event?
Ice
Because
King
that
was
also
good
had a
because
that
no,
yeah.
Ice King was.
The
Ice
Ice
King
King
was good.
the
Oh,
Ice King
sorry,
event.
sorry.
The Ice King event was good. The Ice King event, you would say
No,
is a
let me
top tier
explain.
event.
No. Ice King event was good for what it was supposed to do. It was nothing crazy, but they should have maybe said that it's like not supposed to be something crazy. It's just an event to explain part of the story in live. Maybe they should have done that. But Ice King never was meant to be something crazy, and I appreciate it for what it did.
So hold on a
But
second. I would like to real quick just to clarify something. I want to make a distinction real quick because the point that you're making is a mute point. It doesn't. Your point actually doesn't support your argument. It supports mine.
Yeah,
When looking
I
at
was not done talking.
oh
Okay.
my bad. Did you have more? Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, so for the fracture, that's the whole other story because chapter 4, no shot it was supposed to come this season. I used to like be able to like theorize, kind of like tell what's gonna happen in the future of the game a lot, but then suddenly now I just can't anymore. That definitely shows like even Midas being cancelled, it was meant to come next season. The plans have changed.
How do you know that
and
Midas was meant to
Epic-
come next season?
Just alone, there were so many things. Just showing the spray and the spray never coming out. That's already like telling you there was
Yeah, but that doesn't.
something.
But that doesn't
Even
mean
a
that Midas was
small-
supposed to show up. That just means that they were trying to tease
Then
us.
why would? Yeah, but if they canceled the teaser, why is that? Because definitely something
Well,
about him got
A
canceled.
spray. I wouldn't consider a spray necessarily a teaser. Like it's a reference. It's a callback. But that doesn't. But that doesn't mean. But that doesn't mean like because this thing was in here. That means that Midas has to return to the game. Which
No,
also
it's not
supports
like-
my argument.
It's not that it's like he has to return to the game, but something related to him had to happen.
So,
like,
let me
he
ask you a
was
question.
meant to-
Let me ask you a
Yeah.
question. Since there was so much build up to Midas coming back and he didn't come back, wouldn't that be a fault of the Fortnite storyline? Wouldn't that prove my point that this?
I wouldn't like blame a company or
I'm
a
not
story
no,
for
hang on.
change-
I'm
No,
not. I'm not blaming the company. I'm not blaming the company. I'm asking you about the story.
Yeah, I'm saying like I wouldn't blame a story to change direction, even if they built up to it. They had a new idea. They want to do something else, and I would definitely support that. I support it for Marvel. I support it for anyone else to do it. If you have an idea, even if you have gone like deep into the old one, go for it. It probably is better. And like, yeah, something's not gonna make sense. Fracture coming out doesn't make sense. It was rushed because it was just came out of nowhere. Chapter 4, kind of just like it was a completely different plan, definitely from what they were supposed to be. Because like open world, they say it's gonna come in chapter 3 in one of their plans. Nothing happened. A lot of plans they had in chapter 3 which got leaked. None of them happened. Cube Queen. So a lot of things definitely got canceled, got changed around, which some parts definitely don't make sense. Yeah, because like the fracture, it's like easily you can tell it was like it's completely different than what it was supposed to be, and I don't blame that at all. They are gonna cook something up really soon. They're proving it is in this chapter with the characters, with all the designs, all the love they're putting into it, and that thing, this new plan, I'm sure is gonna make everyone love it in the next seasons.
So real quick, before I let you go any further, because you rattled on a lot of points, I want to address a couple things that you said. So first off, one of the issues that I have is that, so you're, correct me if I'm wrong, so you're claiming that you're saying the Fortnite storyline is good because effort is put into live events?
No. I'm just saying one part of it because, like, I just don't agree with you saying that there's no rewards into it. There's a lot of things you get out of it.
I'm not saying that there. Hang on, hold on. I'm not claiming that people can't have enjoyment. Number one, and number two, I'm not
that.
Hold on, let me finish. And number two, I'm not saying that there's absolutely zero payoff whatsoever in any conceivable way possible. But I'm saying, generally speaking, looking at the Fortnite storyline, when it comes to paying off the story. The story is very lackluster. It drops the ball 99% of the time when it comes to paying off people who are very loyal to paying attention to the story. You, by your own admission, actually proved that. When you say, hang on. When you earlier stated that Midas, there were so many clues to Midas coming back, which is actually the point that I brought up in my in my rebuttal. That there were a lot of clues to Midas coming back, including the whole concept of a loop breaker project. The fact that Midas was not brought back, that Jonesy was also dropped out of the picture, and there was no mention of a loop breaker project, even though that seemed like a very vital role to the story. That is an example of bad storytelling. That didn't have that. Hang on, that didn't have any payoff, and because there was no payoff to that, that is bad storytelling because there was no reward. It left people who were very loyal. It left people who were very loyal viewers and fans of the Fortnite storyline confused and frustrated because there was something that was clearly set up. Something that was clearly set up was completely dropped off. Would you not agree that that would be an element of bad storytelling?
No, definitely not. Because as I said again, you cannot blame someone like the story for like changing its plan. When the plan has changed, they don't want to bring up Midas anymore because they definitely want to, because like there is no way Midas is not going to come back. They have gone too far into this not to do it.
Hold on. Like, I'm not trying, hang on, real quick. I'm not arguing what Epic might do in the future. The storyline might take a totally different turn in the future and be a top tier, amazing god tier. But what we have to do is we have to look at what has happened up to now. Then, objectively speaking, looking at the entirety of the story and what we've been giving, comparing it to really good stories that are out there. Is this objectively good?
Have to be, but like those stories also have to be in the conditions of the game as well. As I said, you cannot compare like a story like, I don't know, Titanic to Fortnite. You cannot compare those kind of things to this. You have to like put in, okay, what is type of a storyline in Fortnite? It's not really.
You can. You want to know why? The reason is because because it doesn't matter how. You're trying to argue something completely different than what I'm arguing. You're trying to argue the framework in the way the story is being told, right? What I'm arguing is the storytelling beats the elements of the story. Hang on. What I'm arguing is that the elements of the story that are being given are actually bad. Like you're arguing that no one's ever done a video game like this before where they're trying to tell the story. Where they're trying. Well, you did say that in an earlier point as well. Actually,
it's true though.
Okay, so then I'm gonna continue my point then. So as you just admitted to, you're saying, well, no one's ever done this before in a story. That doesn't matter, regardless of if anyone's done this before or not. Is not what we're asking here. What you're trying to do is you're trying to give Epic or the Fortnite or storyline creators a way out of bad storytelling because of the limitations, but a good writer and a good storyteller will figure out how to tell a good story with the limitations of what they're given. I would argue that there is no reason why the Fortnite storyline cannot be better than it is based upon what Epic has to work with. There's no reason why they can't give a more clear-cut references and backstories to different characters within the confines of a video game. You know why? Because it's been done a million times. Although it hasn't been done in the context of a battle royale, I would argue that doesn't matter. Whether it's a battle royale or not has no significance to the argument. The point is that the storytelling objectively is bad because they don't pay off elements that they bring up. This is what's called, and once again, if you study storytelling, you'll understand this. That's what's called and then storytelling. And then storytelling is, and then this thing happened, and then this thing happened, and then this thing happened. Which how a good storytellers, how good writers tell stories is, it's but therefore. Chat, remember, always put buts in your stories if you want them to be good. But therefore, that's how you tell good stories. The Imagine crash landed from the moon, but the Foundation found her. Therefore, he wanted to kill her because he thought that she was a traitor. But Jonesy stepped in and said that I'm making something up here. But that's how you would tell a story. Fortnite does we've got this magical donut that floats in the ground, and then there's gonna be this monster that comes along, all right, and then the island's gonna go into a black hole, and then the island's gonna flip, and then we're gonna that's and then storytelling, not but therefore storytelling. It's objectively bad by storytelling standards.
No.
I'll let you rebut.
Okay, so let me just talk for a long time because I was really like, first of all, again, the way you are looking at this story is really long. This is not a story meant to be told in the same way movies are told, in the same way a story video game is told.
I agree.
This is a video game that is filled with mystery. You're supposed to feel like the character in the game right now, the looper, which they have done a great job with that, I would say. The way they have planned the live events and stuff. It started with you not knowing anything, and then it kept going. You felt like nothing makes sense, and then they kept putting it in, like the Ice King stuff. I thought that was the most random thing that could have possibly happened in this game. But then they explained it in a way that totally made sense, even like the sword thing. So they explained it how like the Cube Queen kept saying like how she's everything that you see, everything is her plan, and that definitely like she shows it.
Wait, where was that stated?
In her music pack. Everything is part of her plan. They're all like her things. I forget the exact.
And what does that mean that everything is a part of her plan?
So let me explain it now. So when the rift happened, because the rift like goes through like there is like a world between the connection of the reality to another reality, and through that connection she sent one of the cubes inside of the world, and that cube exploded itself, sending like a laser, hitting the ice moon from what we saw from Zero Wars, and then that broke off like a piece of the ice moon which had the monster in it, and it got dropped into the map. And then after that the monster came out. We see the stride goes for the 0 point, which is exactly like that. It shows us how she has like planned everything out, and then hitting the laser and then the monster. Now let me talk.
No, you're proving my point.
That in his point.
You keep going. You're proving my point.
I'm just trying to like make it short. That's why I'm not trying to like.
No, okay. You're fine. I'm just letting you know you're proving my point right now.
I'm not. You're just okay. So the monster came out. We had no clue why the monster is here. We had no clue it's connected to like Cube Queen's plan, any of this. And then so the monster comes in here, goes for the 0 point. Everything goes like that. And then after that, like chapter 2 starts. Yeah, chapter 2 starts. Oh, my memory is going crazy. And then in like, oh god, my memory is going crazy. And then in season 10, the rift, the explosion, all of that happened. Like connected to Galactus coming inside, messing with the 0 point again, reaching to season 5, and forcing Foundation to bring part of the last reality. The Spire people are from the last reality.
So hold on a second. So what's your point?
No, let me keep going. It's not done.
But I'm just trying to figure what your point is.
I didn't talk at the middle of your talk. Let me keep going.
I know, but I'm just trying. But there has to be a point to what you're saying. All you're doing is.
I have to finish, then I bring up the point.
Okay, but all you're doing is highlighting different storyline beats, which also some of them
because I'm trying to show you like how, like, let me finish first. Okay, so and then that happened, and then like Foundation was forced to. Everything was kind of forced on them. It shows the like the perfect planning. Foundation brings in like the chrome stuff, and then like it heals the 0 point everything, And because of that, the Chrome is connected to the last reality, the easiest way to corrupt, take over the soul of one character in the map, forcing that character to bring up like the mothership and stuff into the map. You see how everything is so perfectly connected. You start from the start of the game, you see everything. At the start, you're not sure, just like the looper in the game itself. And then once everything gets connected, that is the best reward you could ever ask for from the story. Like Fortnite, it's not like a story movie. That's different. That's a short movie. Fortnite is supposed to be a never-ending story. It's never gonna have an end like Marvel movies. You cannot compare it to like stories that have an ending. So that happens when I have never seen so many connections for 5 years. The nothing was teased to us so many times. We had no clue it was actually a thing. Then the reward to us was showing us the satisfaction you get out of suddenly finding out everything you went through. It all was connected. It was all meant to be something. Tell me another like Marvel. Yeah, Marvel did it with like what was it? Their first 3 phases, and now look at what happened to their 4th phase. I would say Fortnite has done this even better than Marvel, even though they're both supposed to be like never-ending stories.
Real quick, I would disagree because Fortnite's story relies upon Marvel characters to be relevant.
Not really. No, I hardly disagree.
Dude, the moment the Imagine hooked up with Wolverine, that absolutely proves that.
That was awesome. Don't hate on that. I will smack you. Don't hate on that. That was beautiful.
Okay.
No, can't just make a point.
Go ahead, Jay.
So,
Hang on. Let the moderator step in. Let the moderator step in.
Can I just make a point? I feel like Fortnite has 2 reward systems at what they work to. One being the event, so you see the end event,
and to the connections.
And it does end by a point of it getting sucked in, but that's what happens. It just ends at one event. So for that event, you're rewarded. But for the rest of the storyline, I feel like they keep either piling on. So they tell you a bit, and they put something on top. They put another box on top, and then another box on top, and then another box on top. But I guess they are closing a couple things here and there. It's like you mentioned about the Ice King event. Some of that was kind of tied up in Zero War. I know people disagree.
But that
with
also
Zero
adds to
War,
my point. Though.
But then
Yeah,
I know,
Clint said
and that adds to your point
external
about
things.
external things. Yes, and that is also a problem. But I
So-
wouldn't agree with your point, Clark.
So I would like to bring up something. Cyan, let me ask you. I'm gonna ask you a few questions here, bro. Real quick, what makes a good story?
What makes a good story? First of all, if the best story is something like a really super popular, super awesome story, for that, it definitely needs to be unique, something new that someone has to do, which is Fortnite's story.
Does uniqueness have
okay, a popular
But Marvel's
culture,
popular.
something massive. It needs to be something
also
new
does
as well.
popularity?
Something
Hang on, does
unique.
popularity also dictate what is good? Popular doesn't
In
equate.
this world,
No,
okay,
popular
if it's
doesn't
not
equate
popular, it's kind somewhat does the like
No.
the planning, the ideas going into this, making it okay. Why would it's supposed to be an entertainment for people. If it entertains them, if it gets popular, it means they have done something right. That it is. Then that means being
popular only means that you have access to resources that the average person doesn't. That's all that means.
Well,
That
they
you
have to
you
do
have
something
that-
to be popular.
Yeah,
It
you
just
might
doesn't happen out of
hang
nowhere.
on. You might have a unique marketing strategy, or let's contextually look at Fortnite. In the case of Fortnite, you have a video game that's the most popular video game on the planet because of the game, but not because of the story. And here's the thing. This is what you have to understand. People get satisfaction out of Fortnite in a couple of different ways, right? You've got people that genuinely enjoy the video game and they're hardcore players of the game, and they know the story exists, but they could give a shit. And then you've got people that are really, really into the story. They fucking love the story. They're like you. They're fucking God damn, I'll suck Epic's dick if I have to. The story's amazing, but
That's me.
but the game, the game's kind of just an added bonus, right?
No, I love that too.
I know, and I know you love the game, right? And listen, there's of course going to be outliers and all that, but generally speaking, those are the 2 camps that people fit into when it comes to this game, right? I used to be in the first camp. I used to be one of the people that played the game every day for like 3 years straight, but the storyline didn't add up. I didn't start studying the story until Chapter 2, Season 7, Season 8-ish, right? That's when I started doing research. But this is what's interesting. The more research you do on the story, the less sense the story makes.
Nah.
Yes. And let me give you an example. Zero War. and I know that this is going to be a
Oh
huge.
no!
Hear me out.
No,
Zero
I'm
War.
starting
All
fire.
all zero,
I'm gonna
all,
burn this
all
place
ze-
down.
Hang on.
Yeah, cook.
All
Where's
Zero War
fire?
did. All Zero War did was provide
Fire.
more confusion to the Fortnite fan base.
Anywhere?
Everything before Zero War looked like it was pointing towards the paradigm and singularity being the same person. But all
No,
of this,
they didn't. Where? No, never. That never. Okay,
They
listen.
literally-
Wait. Tell me this first. Why the hell would they make Paradigm a statue when the whole thing is for IO? I don't get why people
hang on.
thought
At the
it's-
time when the statue was made, there was no Imagine Order. We didn't know anything about
No,
the.
there was.
Stop.
No, go.
Hang on.
Can I ask a
Contextually speaking, within the story, yes, there was Imagine Order retroactively added in. But at that time, if you played the game in Chapter 1, Season X, there was no mention of Imagine Order whatsoever. There was
Oh
a
my God.
there was a
This is
secret.
turning
Hang on.
more.
There was a secret government agency that was on the map, and that was the extent of it that we knew. We knew some chick. We knew some chick built a robot, piloted it, and then flew it up into space. The chick that piloted the robot, we thought her suit somehow similarly had similar colors to that of the mech that was designed. She was sitting there posed, looking over the mech that was being built, and it was implied that she was the pilot. Then she goes off and flies into outer space. Right?
Okay, I'm gonna bring this up.
Hang on a second.
Okay,
That's
sorry.
all.
Oh my
At the
God.
time, that was all that we knew. And then the more and more information that got added on, the more we realized, holy shit, she's actually not the same person. But it didn't make any sense. So this is what you have now.
It
You
does?
hang on a second.
Why doesn't it make sense? Why?
I'll explain it. This is why. Because now you have a scenario where, okay, Singularity didn't pilot the mech. She might have built the mech. That's not technically. I mean, we all pretty much can assume that that's the case. But
It
that's
was all her material.
Hang
yeah.
on a second. But that's never been outwardly stated anywhere in the material, as far as I know. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But no one's ever come out and said, yeah, Singularity. Well, actually, wait, no. Maybe there was a tweet.
I think there's a strange loading screen. Singularity something paradigm mech, which confuses things as well. And there's also that.
Yeah,
But-
again,
but the
you
point-
guys are.
Hang on a second. But the point that I'm trying to get at is the story was clearly going in a specific direction, showing that Singularity and Paradigm were the same person. But the moment that they decided that Brie Larson don't you find it very convenient? The more they decided that Brie Larson was going to be the Paradigm, that story beat changed, that story beat flipped, and they had to figure out a way to write it. It's very odd. Is what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't contextually within the context of the story, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Also,
hard disagree.
Also, the other issue too is even within the own quest. Here's the other thing: the quests from Chapter 2, Season 2 seem to be in direct conflict with the events that happen in the Zero War comic. For example, explain to me how at all Jonesy and the Imagine had time to guide us through all the quests and do all of that stuff while at the same time be on a mission in a completely different universe with Spider-Man.
Before the season has started, you missed that part. That happened before the season started. The story does not go right away. Every season that happens, we skip time. Like the whole part, the Zero War, that part we skipped it. We didn't see it in game. Yeah, they showed the Marvel people coming in the trailer. That happened after like all of those things happened.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What trailer are you referring to?
The trailer of the starting season. Aren't you talking about Chapter 2 season? No, Chapter 3 season 2.
Chapter 3 season 2.
Cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
We
see Doctor Strange. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. So I'm.
But he was
about
never
that.
in the comic.
We see Iron Man and stuff too. They all came in. It's not just Doctor Strange. All of them, half of the Marvel people came in, half stayed inside of Marvel universe. Doctor Strange, Iron Man, all of those people that came in were part of it. But like, look at this. So the first part of the stuff that happened, we just like skipped them. Never happened in the game itself. We just saw it in the comic. And then in the second part, one thing that they did that I hope they don't do again, it was like an idea they come up with, which I don't think went as well as they expected. Some of the missions in that season was supposed to be like a teaser towards the answers we're gonna get in Zero Wars. I would have liked it more if maybe like they teased it another way. No need to make it feel like it's actually like I don't know how to explain it. Like, no need to keep saying, "Oh my God, Imagine is like to remember stuff," and then like bring it up in the Zero Wars, hinting to us how we're gonna learn this in the Zero Wars. That's great that we learn it in the Zero Wars. But I would say I see how Fortnite is not gonna do this again. I hope they never do it again.
So
no need to tease
so
something.
real quick,
but-
I'm looking at the trailer. The only other Marvel members that appeared were Iron Man
and stuff.
Iron Man, and I believe that's Black Widow I'm looking at. But the issue with that is they were not, from the standpoint of the and that was actually proves my point even further. They were
It's not supposed to be that like crazy connected.
Well, hang on a second. But that's a problem. That you now see
no, it's
now.
Not. This is not a story game. This is a multiplayer.
So hang on a second.
That
But hang on.
trailer-
Hang on. Time out. You first of all, do you admit that this sounds somewhat confusing?
No, listen.
So wait. So a storyline that's apparently not intended to be interconnected, that has very loose storytelling elements, that's flopping all over the place. You're trying to tell me.
You're looking at this on a really bad way. You're like the mindset you had on it is like, if I want to have that mindset, 90% of the stories out there, fuck them. I don't enjoy them. They suck.
Hang on. What mindset is that? All you're saying is I have a mindset, but you're not saying what the mindset is.
You're trying to look at the story as like, okay, it has to go this way. It must. Doesn't matter if like they have to focus on how this game is a multiplayer.
No, that's not what I'm arguing. I've never argued that point.
Yeah,
you're creating a straw man. You're creating a straw man.
No.
I never said. Listen, I never said that the game had to go one particular way, right? But what I said.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you don't like when you say. You get my English is not the best, man. Don't make it like that.
You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
That's not. No,
Okay.
That's not.
So like when you start talking about the story of the game and how like that trailer doesn't make sense with this and that, the trailer is supposed to show both gameplay, new things, and the story. They cannot go Marvel this, Marvel that. Marvel was never like a big focus in the season, so they cannot just be like, oh, look
that
at
is
all of
not
these
true.
sick Marvel people.
That is not true.
When did Marvel show up in
when you're
season
in
two, chapter
listen,
three?
when you reintroduce the Spider-Man mythic in the season, and on top of that keep Spider-Man. Hang on a second, and you
That was season one,
and you
Clint.
keep. I know it was. Wait, hang on. Didn't the Spider-Man mythic return back in season 2?
No, that was season 1.
I know. Hang on. I know it was introduced in season 1, but it returned.
No, it was a 7 version. It was not a Spider-Man. It was a remake.
Wait,
no, it was a remake.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
okay.
Chapter 3, season 3 was when the glove came in. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
I thought that the
back.
Spider-Man mythic returned at a late. Let me finish.
Never.
I thought it returned at a later point in tournaments.
Never.
Maybe that was
Not even
maybe it
for
was
that.
maybe it was taken out of tournament. Oh, that's what it was. It was in chapter 3, season 1. It was taken out of tournaments to reintroduce. Regardless, hang on a second though. Regardless, my point still stands. Okay, let's throw the Spider-Man mythic away. Fine, I'll concede and I'll give you that point. The fact that you have Spider-Man's place of work as a POI in the middle of the map definitely implies that Marvel is a huge part of this.
That was season 1, man.
Hold on. Dude, that lasted until what? Season 3?
Yeah, because they're not gonna.
That was mentioned in Zero War.
And
Yeah,
yes.
just because
And hold on
Spider-Man
a second.
What
Zero.
has nothing
You had a
special
comic.
to do.
You had a Marvel comic that coincided with the video game at the time.
It makes sense. Oh my god. Okay, they said Spider-Man and the location both got dropped into the map in season 1, not season 2. So in season 2, that location does not matter anymore. It was just a way for Spider-Man.
But it was still there.
Rift happen. Yeah, because like, what are they gonna do to it? Like, shoot it out? That would make less sense.
No,
Why would they like
that's what
kick
they
it
did.
out?
Well, that's what they did with Gotham.
Gotham is season. Gotham, they didn't kick it out. Gotham got destroyed in the rift, the destruction. It just got melted into nothing.
No, Gotham returned.
Yeah.
No, because in the Batman.
No,
hang on, because in the Batman comics, Gotham City is there appearing back, all nice and normal and natural. That's where Lex Luthor and everybody.
No.
How long is that after? That's like what? Like, I don't know. In Fortnite terms, more than 100. No, not 100. 100 was before season 10. Probably more than 100 years after that. They're probably gonna do something.
You don't know that. You're just throwing out random numbers for
The
years
story
because
is
you're
1,000 years and just a small time between season 9 and season 10.
no.
That
Wait,
alone was
hang on. Are you
100
basing that
years.
off of Dr. Sloan's quote of we've been monitoring the island for
Clint.
1,000 years?
No, Queen. 100 years passed between season 9 and season 10, and many times they have talked
Can I
about.
add something very quickly, please?
Yeah, go ahead,
Just
Tidius. Go ahead. Go.
Okay, so Clint said at the start of this, the very beginning of this, that an issue with Fortnite's story is that the game itself is not directly rewarding, and a lot of people have to get extra information by external things like comments
Why
and
is
stuff.
Taylor and
You're-
Restro not talking?
You're basically just proving that by saying, oh, because that 100 years thing, that was in a concept art of a skin, which we received about 3
Okay,
years
well,
after it.
yeah.
actually
Wait,
But
what?
listen to
Wait,
this.
time out. What?
Yeah, they.
It's in just- it's
Wait, it was in a-
literally just
it was in a
art of
concept
Bunker
skin?
Jonesy's pickaxe.
Yeah, what? What's the problem?
Is
with
wait,
that?
hang on, time out. Is that in game?
No, it's like how do I
Well, the
say?
pickaxe is
It's a
the
pickaxe.
actual
No.
concept is-
Listen. So do you know John Jones, but like not old John
Bunker
Jones,
Jones,
like a
Bunker
long
Jones.
beard.
Oh my god, this
long
makes
beard
my
Jones.
point even more profound.
No, listen, god damn it. I said it again. This story is not meant to be like, tell me everything, just beat me up, this, that. You're the
That's-
looper. It is meant to be like,
That's
you
fine,
don't know shit.
but hang
You
on,
don't-
that
okay.
Cyan, hang on. You're saying things that I'm not necessarily disagreeing with, but my point is that okay, that's fine. You can tell your story that way, but it's shit. It's a shit way to tell a story.
How?
It's
okay, you're
because
basically just
because hold on a second.
Basically kind of okay.
The reason why it's a shit way of telling the story is because it's difficult to pinpoint what's actually happening. The fact that in order for me to understand that 100 years passed between what season X and season 1
Do you
of chapter
really
2.
need to know that?
No, season
Wait.
9 and season.
Do you
season
really
Or
need to
season
know
100
that?
years
What
past
does it give you?
100 hang on 100 years between a timeline. Don't you think
Yeah,
time
but- okay.
wait hold on, are we really going to argue about that timelines are important for a storytelling context?
100 years different. You are shown how you're in the future. You were stuck in a bunker. Isn't that enough to show you how long it has passed? Isn't it?
Presumed.
No,
legit-
I would have
How
never.
long- Okay, you have common
No.
sense. You have common sense.
Common sense
How
is-
long would wait? How long would it take for a person to grow that long of a beard? Have you ever seen that long of a beard in real
It's
life?
9 years.
What? No way.
9 years.
No, fuck. Wait, let me
It was
search it.
confirmed by someone who literally
It's a pit.
calculated
Wow,
this.
Tater's a
Oh.
It's
Tater.
also game theory.
But not only that.
So
Only
also
just
not
going
to
to
mention not to mention yeah. First of all, we have people that are currently alive on this planet right now that have beards that long or
That
longer
long? Oh
that are
my, I
not
need
that.
to
And
see.
hang on a
I
second, and
need to see.
they're clearly not 100 years old. I'm just going to point that out right now.
I need
that's
to see.
that's the first thing. The second thing is that this is a fictional universe where people's biologies might work different, considering you're dealing with a lot of aliens
They're
and
kind of
and-
aliens.
yeah, and superhumans and shit, right? So like you can't use that. There's no way for me to know. I have
They
no.
would still use
I have
human
no
stuff.
idea how long Jonesy was in that bunker for. I had no clue, and up until
100.
this point. And you're trying to tell me the only way that I can know that is if I was there at the time and saw a fucking concept skin that wasn't even put in the game.
No,
But it
so
was a
the
concept
Yeah,
concept art. It was
it's
made.
Bunker Jonesy, just like the
So wait,
artist shared his design. That's it.
So it was Bunker Jonesy concept art.
Yeah, the artist who made it just shared it. Okay, what again?
that is the-
you guys, that does not make the story
Okay.
bad whatsoever. It just makes it so
Imagine,
like.
okay, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example of
Oh,
how
you
of how.
don't even let me talk, man.
Okay, you're doing a lot of talking, but okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so again, Fortnite the story does not need a lot of information, detail every single thing that happens. That is not what the,
Why?
that is not
Why?
what the story is meant to be.
Hang on.
It is a
How do you know
whole
what
different
everything the
concept
story
than
to be
that.
like?
It is
How do you just
it's like
presume
a
that that's what it's meant to be like? How do you just
man,
go, that's not what it's meant to be?
man,
This
you
is
don't
not what
even
they meant."
follow Marvel. This story is supposed to be like Marvel, so there's
No,
something
Marvel has
between
good
this-
storytelling. Fortnite doesn't.
Marvel is kind of exactly the same thing as Fortnite.
No, it's
Because
not.
They're just,
No, it's
they're
not. And
designing
if
on
it is,
storytelling.
and if it is, that's a problem with Fortnite. Because
it's-
and you
okay,
actually
listen.
would concede to my point that I brought up earlier, which is that
It's not
Fortnite
exactly-
relies on Marvel to tell its story.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
But you
It's
just said that
it's an omniversal story. It does not rely on Marvel. That's just part of the story. An omniversal story is supposed to be a story around every single universe that exists, and then you can add your own story into it. So there is the Fortnite universe, there's a Marvel universe. They need to bring this character into the story. Then it's not an omniversal story anymore. They should change it to like a multiversal story. So they have to. It's not relying.
Real
it's
quick.
just what the story
Can I
is.
just say something? It can still be an omniverse story with multiple Jonesies and characters now already made in Fortnite. You can do just Fortnite
Yeah.
characters.
No,
You can have
I'm
different
not saying-
tomato
Let him
heads.
finish. Let him
You
finish,
can still have
Cyan.
an omniversal story without
Yeah, but
having
then you
Marvel
have
and
to
DC.
bring it. You have to bring in Marvel and DC. That's what an
don't.
omniversal
You don't.
story
You
is.
don't have to.
No, you don't.
You
I
have
mean, it's
to.
an
That's
omniversal in
what
terms of game.
omniversal
In terms of game,
is.
Ugh.
Oh my god, that is
It
what
doesn't
the
need
whole.
Marvel and DC.
It has to do it. You guys just completely are disrespecting what this story is supposed to be.
Hold on a second.
It
Stop.
has
Stop. Wait.
to.
Time out. Let me pinpoint some stuff here. How did you come to the conclusion that this is the way the story has to be, and that there's no better way?
Because
And hang
that's
on,
what
let me
Donald
finish.
Mustard wants,
Hang
and
on,
that's
Let Clark speak.
hang
Sorry,
on.
let Clark
And how did you figure out that this is the way the story has to be, and that there's no better way of telling the story than this?
It's not that there is no better way. It's respecting the artist's decision that like what he wants to make.
Listen.
You might not like it, but you might like it. It might not be the concept you like, but he chose that
That's-
this story
but
is
that's not what we're
omniversal.
arguing
I
here.
could be like, no,
subjectively
listen.
good.
I could be like, yeah, let's turn Fortnite into a movie.
We're not
but
debating
that.
that.
Is not what it's supposed to be. That's what you're saying. You want it to be something else. That's what
No,
legit you're always
no,
saying. Yes,
no,
you don't.
no.
You want
Guys,
less
guys,
Marvel in
guys,
it. You want less
Cyan.
DC in it. Yeah.
Cyan, T just wants to say something. T just
The rest are also
I was
and
just saying-
Tater should
T-
talk
yeah,
to
T-
you.
T-
Also,
Let him go.
also
Let him go.
Jay, maybe we should get this more back on track. It's just going up.
Yeah.
to
As well,
completely
I just
different-
want to add
But the
something.
thing
So
is,
yeah, T just go and I'll make my point after you. Thank
sorry.
you.
Sorry.
No,
I
worries.
just-
Go T. Just go T.
the fact that you can't just subject, because a lot of Cyan's points is what I noticed, is that it's sort of like, I mean, Clint has done this a tiny bit as well, but I don't really think it's more, you can't just go, this isn't a bad part of the story because this is what they meant it to be like.
Yeah, no,
doesn't
that's
objectively
not
make it.
what you're just like.
Let's T
I'm
just
not-
Let T just talk,
Okay.
please. Let T just talk.
T just make his
But
point.
Sorry.
that's what you said. You said it's not
Not
bad
ex-
because they
you didn't
have
exactly
time to
understand
plan
me.
this, and they didn't have time to do this, and it's not meant to be like this. Just because they didn't want this or they planned this differently doesn't objectively make it just a good story because we're just following what one person wants it to be like. That
No,
doesn't-
it's-
just saying
So
like
I'm saying the story is like it's an omniversal story, so it should be treated like an omniversal story, not a multiversal story, not a
debating that.
universal story. No, you guys said
that's
it
not-
doesn't
that's
need
not
to
what
have
debating.
Marvel and DC. It has to bring it, or they should completely remove the name omniversal as
I
from
never
this
debated
game.
that point one time. I would like to.
Yeah,
I would
you
like.
just said it.
What did I
like
say?
Mr. J said like it can be like it can have Jones and stuff. It doesn't
Jay's
need to
not
Yeah,
have.
but
debating.
It doesn't need to have Marvel, but it does.
It does have Marvel, but it doesn't
It
need to
needs
keep
to.
having Marvel. Marvel still
It has
exists and
to.
can come back
Not
at any
just
point.
Marvel,
but it doesn't
any
need to be in it
universe.
all the time. It doesn't need to be in it all the time. It exists. It exists in the Omniverse.
But it
Now-
has to play a part because it is an omniversal. It's supposed to play a part, not just
But hold-
Marvel.
but hold on a second,
Again,
stop.
I keep
Everyone-
bringing
everyone
up
time out for a
Marvel,
hot
and
second.
That might like confuse it.
Everyone-
Not just Marvel, any universe. It could be like Reacher, anyone.
Let me jump in here. Okay, streamer's privilege, real quick. Let me jump in real quick and get everything back on track here. The whole thing that we're debating right now, okay? Listen, the whole thing that we're debating is whether or not the storyline is good. Right? Earlier, I had made a point, and I said the fact that Fortnite has to rely on Marvel and lean on Marvel to tell its story
They don't.
is a flaw. But you just admitted that it was. You just made a claim.
Oh my
you
God.
hang on.
Oh
You
my
just made a claim that if it's an omniversal story, well they have to.
They have
then
to.
they have
Yeah.
to. That's a problem.
have to.
That would prove my point.
It's not relying. They have to bring them in. It's just has to. Or why is it called omniversal? Tell me
Listen.
that. Why is it called omniversal? then?
But
What's the-
hang on. But here's
point of
the
that?
hold on. Here's the ultimate point. Regardless, what you're trying to do right now is you're trying to argue semantical points about whether about specific things in the story that really don't
You
have.
have to do that.
hang on a second, that don't have anything to do and aren't really proving either of our points on whether, well, actually, he was kind of proving my point, but like, it's not furthering the conversation on whether or not the Fortnite storyline is good, right? Like, you might genuinely enjoy the fact that the story is an omniversal story. Fine, but what does that tell us on whether or not the Fortnite storyline is good? Whether the story is omniversal or multiversal or just a singular universe, that has nothing to do. That doesn't. Hang on a second. That has nothing to do with whether the storyline is good or not. When I asked you earlier, hey, what makes a good story? You went on this tangent about a bunch of things that have nothing to do with what makes a story good. What makes a storyline good is when you have characters and you have character development and you let me finish, please. You have characters. You have character development. And you have certain elements in the story that you set up, right? You hang on a second. You set up plot points, and you pay them off later. This is proven time and time again. Any good storyteller worth his freaking weight as a writer will agree that setup and payoff are the two most important elements of telling a story.
Nah, hell no.
Homie,
yeah.
They don't all
listen,
have to be the same thing. That's not true.
That is true. Here's the thing, and this is Cyan, and this is the biggest distinction here, and I'm going to explain to you where you're wrong and where you're getting confused at. What you're trying to argue are the specifics of how the story is being told in terms of like particular lore elements. What I'm arguing is something a bit more metaphysical. I'm arguing that, hey, there are certain things, there are certain attributes of a good story. Good stories have characters, and those characters are explored, and those characters have motivations, and they have depth, and they have character, and there are also plot points that are brought up and paid off. God. Hang on, there are also plot points that are brought up and then paid off later as a reward to the people that are viewing the story. If you don't do those things, then those things are bad. But then you come in and you're saying, oh, well, no, the storyline's actually good because, well, the Imagined is a really cute character, and she banged Wolverine one time, and it's an omniversal story, and it's really interesting, and that has nothing to do. That does not prove your. That does not prove your point. Let's stop. All that does is prove that you might like that aspect of the story. You might like hang on.
Don't make me look like that. No.
Hang on. You might like the direction that the story is going, and if you do, that's fine. But I'm not here to argue or whether or not you like the direction of the story. There are certain elements of Zero War that I liked. There's probably a lot that we can agree on that was actually really good. But if you remember, one of the first points I made in my opening dialogue was that just because something has good elements doesn't make it a good story. Fortnite has a lot. This is what I will say.
It also doesn't
hang on,
make
let me
it
say.
bad.
Let me hang on a second. Let me say this, and I'll let you talk. Fortnite does this is what one thing that Fortnite does a really good job of, and I think we can agree. And this is what you've really been arguing. Fortnite introduces really interesting characters and really interesting concepts. The problem is that those characters and concepts don't get fleshed out. They don't get explored, and they don't get understood. That's the whole point. I'm going to stop talking and let you go now. Holy shit.
Oh, okay, this is not related to the story, this is personal. I am never drinking energy drinks anymore. It's making my heart go crazy. Why did I choose to do this? Oh my god. Okay, let me breathe for a second. Whew. Okay, so I'm not trying to say because Fortnite is an omniversal, that makes it okay. I'm trying to say this is what I like to do with everything I enjoy, everything I look at. I don't like comparing things that in many ways aren't related to each other. I cannot compare Fortnite to storyline video games in my rules, in my own rules.
Why?
I cannot compare. Okay, so a a story game, it is meant to have an amazing story with good enough gameplay to make you enjoy it with great like visuals and stuff to attach you to the characters. What is Fortnite? It's a multiplayer game, and the story is not mainly about the characters. Mustard already has said that many times, and I'm so happy they brought characters into this story. I'm so happy they.
I'd like to clarify something real quick. All you're doing is pointing out that what you're arguing is gameplay and mechanics and how that and how that ties to the story. But that's not what we're talking about here. All we want to do is objectively look at the story as a whole and be like, is this story being told well or poorly? That's it.
You're doing that by comparing it to other stories. I'm here trying to show you how you cannot.
Well, hold on a second. Wait, so hold on a second. So what you're trying? That's not true.
You cannot.
That's not.
Yeah,
That's not.
Can I compare a car to like a TV? No, I can't.
That's a false equivalency. That's a false equivalency.
God.
Well, see, a car and a TV are two totally different things designed for two totally different
Fortnite
reasons.
and a
But,
story
but
game
hang
are
on a
two
second.
different
But
things.
what we're doing here is okay. Then let me ask you a question. How do you evaluate whether or not something's good?
Okay.
In general, hang on. In general, how do you know if something's
yeah,
good or
I'm
not?
saying that. I'm gonna go through all of them. Don't cut me in between of that. So the first most important thing to me is it has to make me enjoy it. It has to make me have fun, enjoy my time with it, which Fortnite has done that more than maybe Marvel has done it a little bit more because I have been there for longer.
That's not how you tell
Fortnite.
something's good. Is by your own personal
Let
preference.
me finish. Let me finish. That is my opinion. You cannot like.
It's not
you
about
might
opinions
like
here.
it, you might feel.
It's not about your opinion.
Still, the way you look at things is still like your visual into things. You like to look at things in a more rule, like I don't know how to say it exactly, the word for it. In a more like, okay, there is rules that some storytellers and stuff have come up with, then it has to go through that. I'm here like, fuck those rules. I don't care about them. Okay. The story and entertainment is meant to make people have fun with it. That is the main rule with it. It can be like, I don't know, Black Adam. It can have a shit story, but crazy fun kills. That makes it fun. Like it can be fun, but not have a crazy detailed story. It still makes it good. There are different parts in the story, and each one has like a level into it. Like a video game. A video game has graphics, gameplay, physics, storyline, all of that. Each one has a level. Some of like amazing, like how I talked about Fortnite graphics. I am trying to show you like what I'm talking about.
No, but what I asked you is how, in general, not even the storyline. How do you know if something's good or not?
Yeah, I was saying that, but then you cut me off at the moment. One of them is definitely, this is my rule, and I always agree with it. If it's amazing and it's not fun to watch, hell no. It has to first of all.
What if it's not amazing to you, but amazing to somebody else?
Fun.
What if somebody else likes it and you don't? Then how does that work?
That's personal preference. I'm not gonna go into that. That's different.
That's what you're arguing. You're arguing personal preference.
That's what you're doing right now, though.
Oh my god! Not everything is built for everyone, so I'm trying to structure.
That's fine, but that's not what we're debating here. That's not what we're debating.
We have to
No, we're debating.
You are comparing this to other stories, then we have to debate that too, or it doesn't make sense anymore.
The reason why we have to compare it to other stories is because we have to have some barometer. We have to have some measurement of something that's objectively good and compare this. Cyan, once again, you're not answering a question, so I'm going to phrase it a different way, bro. Okay? Let me ask you this: how do you know if a line is crooked?
Wait, what?
How do you know? No, answer this question. How do you know
if I know the word? I don't know the meaning of the word.
Bent. How do you know if a line is bent?
Like it's not like.
If it's not straight, how do you know if something is not straight?
One of them would. Oh my god, that confuses me even more.
How do you?
Not straight.
Not even like. Okay, so probably if it doesn't look straight, I don't know.
So okay, let me help you out here.
Confused.
The reason why you know if a line is crooked, or the reason why you know a line is bent or not straight, is because you know what a straight line looks like. You have some unit of measurement to compare it to, right? To say that we can't use any other stories as an example, right? Stories that, objectively speaking, are actually told really well as an example for the sake of this debate is completely asinine. There'd be no debate hang on a second. There'd be no debate to have. You have to have some kind of reference.
I'm saying bring the right ones in, not the ones that just don't have to do anything with how Fortnite is told.
Hold on a second.
Don't compare it to other things.
No, I said don't compare it to the things that are not the same as Fortnite. Like, don't compare it to Titanic. That is a love story with a tragic death. You cannot compare that to Fortnite.
Hang on a second. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. You want to know? Would you like to know why you can? Would you like to know?
It's not true, but
hang on a second. Okay, this is why you could compare Titanic, if you want to use that example. This is why you could compare the Titanic to the Fortnite storyline. Although the concepts of the stories in and of themselves are different.
It's a completely different thing.
No, they can't finish.
Although the concepts of the stories themselves are completely different. Although the story at its core is something totally different. One's sci-fi and one's like historical fiction.
Just that.
Hang on, and one's historical fiction to some degree, right? Although the elements, like the fundamental principles of the story are different in terms of like what makes the story up, what is the same is the storytelling beats. what makes the story interesting, what makes the story intriguing. If you were to compare the best aspects of Fortnite, you would figure out, there's some similarities with the best aspects of the Titanic. That's the point. If you, it's Cyan,
No, it
hang
shouldn't
on,
be
hang
like
on.
that. It's supposed to be something new, something unique. That's like either
Hold on a
that
second.
or it should
Stop.
suit.
So just because you have intrinsic elements that make something good doesn't mean that it can't be unique. Just because those intrinsic elements are shared with
It has to be either.
For example,
Okay.
hang on a second. For example, let's take ice cream as a fucking example, right? Vanilla ice cream and chocolate ice cream are arguably both good, okay? Right? Let's say that everyone on the planet both loves chocolate and vanilla ice cream. They're both different flavors of ice cream, but they're
Those
both
are
ice cream.
exactly
Hang on
the
a
same
second.
thing.
Hang on a second.
No, they're
Hang
not.
on a second.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
God.
Fine. Vanilla ice cream and raspberry ultra swirl sherbet. Goddamn. The point is this. The reason why they're both delicious is because they're both cold, they're both easily obtainable, and they're both very cheap to obtain. They both have intrinsic hang on a second. They both have intrinsic qualities that they share that make them both delicious. And they're both sweet. Okay? Now,
You don't go.
Can I just go? Can I just go?
Yeah.
Clark, because
go.
Titanic and Fortnite can be similar in storyline properties. It doesn't matter if it's a different game.
It can.
Let him finish, let him
Everything
finish.
has like.
I'm
To be
dying.
fair, there's only like 4 or 5 story plots in that whole entire world, and they follow the same thing. And Titanic and Fortnite could be a similar story, and even the same. In fact, if you compare that Jack and Rose have
yes.
a love story on a doomed love vessel that will eventually sink. I guess you can compare it recently to how the scientists and the paradigm.
You cannot.
Yes, you can.
That's the main point of the story. This is not the
Let him,
main
Cyan, let him
story.
finish. Cyan, let him finish.
Listen, Paradigm and the scientists, scientists obviously has feelings for the Paradigm, and at the moment it seems like a doomed love because they're trying to save the 0 point. And that is the similar story. That is the same, and you can go through every single film in the world, every single game in the world, and it will have the same plot points, either about love, anger, hate, deception, lies, and they will follow around the story.
Hang on, Jay.
That's the point.
Jay, I'm gonna ask Cyan a question. I want Cyan to speak. Cyan, let me ask you this.
Yes.
What is your favorite story outside of Fortnite?
Outside of Fortnite, that's really hard because there's a lot that I can't really
Pick
choose
one.
from. I could say
Pick
some of
one.
them. So there
Just
is
one.
like,
Just one.
if I want to just bring one, there would be like what was it name? Like the guy that has a lot of memes. The show. What was it?
The guy
They
that
sell
has a lot of
drugs.
money.
They sell drugs.
Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, Breaking Bad. That's
Oh my God, that's a-
masterpiece.
Okay.
I love it.
Why do you like Breaking Bad? Give me 4 reasons why you love Breaking Bad. Just 4.
The story, the way it's like told, it's really emotional. It connects to you. It's like everything is like every character in it has a path that they go through, and it is like especially
Hold on,
really
Tedious.
personal. It's really unique to each character,
Right.
and then you can feel what they go through, and what they go through is something like really epic, not really
Right.
like something basic. Like there you go, bam.
Okay,
and
now stop.
It's really well done.
Now let me ask you the next question. Why do you like Fortnite's story?
Fortnite story. There is a lot of things, but I'm gonna go through some of
Just
them. that
4.
are
Give me
coming to my
4.
mind
Give me
right
4
now.
your main reasons why you like the Fortnite storyline.
First of all, it is one of the most unique storytellings that exists at the moment. It is not about the characters, it is about the universe and the world itself. Something
world
just
building.
like Marvel. DC tried to
like
do this
Marvel.
again, they fucked up. Oh, because these are new concepts. Not many of them exist. That's just like Marvel, DC messed up, and Fortnite. Maybe Star Wars, not really.
Marvel.
Yeah, actually, Star Wars count too because Mandalorian and stuff are in the same universe, so yeah, that counts too.
Okay. Any
So
other
there is-
reasons?
In my mind, there is only 3 media out there that are like Fortnite. There is actually
Other reasons.
Hang on. Any other reasons why you
the
enjoy the
other
Fortnite
seasons,
storyline
okay.
specifically? Any other reasons?
Okay, the other reasons. The second one is again the way it is so connected. And I see something like the Ice King. I said I had no clue it was so planned. The Cube Queen's plan a lot, and when I understood it, it first of all blew my mind, and it felt really satisfying. That feeling is, I love it. That feeling is really awesome.
Okay.
And then the third one is like just like the ideas, because I used to be an artist. I have a massive respect for artists. The ideas that this game comes from, they are some of like they're awesome. Flipping the island, the island right now, 3 different ones coming together and everything like that. The 0 point and stuff going crazy. The ideas are just crazy. I love them. I got
Okay,
them.
so
love them.
I would have
And then the fourth one.
Okay, go ahead.
Last
Sorry,
one
my
that
bad,
is
my
left.
bad, my bad.
So the fourth one that I would come from is how much there is. There is like so many characters. There is so many parts you could go enjoy. How it is like definitely the never-ending part 2, because it's a story that I can just enjoy it forever. It's not gonna be like I will put it like a side thing, because like you can always be in it. You're not gonna be worried about the end, because the characters are not the main focus. The entire universe is. If a character dies, that doesn't matter. The whole universe is the focus. If
But shouldn't
that gets destroyed,
shouldn't
then yeah.
characters matter? Why shouldn't?
No,
why shouldn't
again,
why shouldn't
that's
characters
not
matter?
yeah, they matter, but they're not the
But you just said they
focus. Like I don't know how like to explain it exactly. Like as I
So-
said, I'm
Well, wait,
Okay.
hasn't Jonesy been the focus of many stories?
no, it's the
Jonesy's,
universe itself. It's
Jonesy's,
the
hang on,
world.
Jonesy's never been the focus of any stories?
No, oh my God.
Are you sure about that?
He is a focus. He is one of the focuses. He's not the
Yes.
main focus. The main is the universe and the world
do
itself.
you know what that's
happens in that,
called?
How it changes.
You know what that's
What?
called? That's called an anthology series. When you focus on different characters in every episode.
No, it's not every character again. The effects
I didn't say every
they
character, I
have
said
on
different
the
characters.
Yeah, I said it wrong. Sorry, it's different. I used the wrong word. But like again,
So
it's
you're
not
arguing
going
so
through-
you're arguing that
this
no
is
characters
a new concept.
Hold on.
This
No,
is a new concept.
it's not a new concept, but you're
It
you're
is.
arguing hang on, but you're arguing that no characters ever get any focus in the storyline whatsoever, correct?
No.
Okay, so
I'm
what
saying
characters do
this
get hang
is
on.
not-
Hold on. So what characters do get focus in the story?
In this story, there is Foundation that has like a really fun focus on him. There is John Jones.
Okay.
There is like Sloan had a really awesome focus on him. Right now, the focus is on like the age. No, the age just was the other one. Oh my head is going
Okay,
crazy.
so-
Stellan is the focus right now. It like because they are not the focus. They are our point of view.
So
They're
real quick,
how
so
we
because hang on,
see
because
the
I want
story.
to just ask you about one character that you mentioned specifically, which is the Foundation. You said was the focus of the story. Hey, real quick, can you tell me?
Not focus, sorry.
Can you tell me why the Foundation hates the Imagined Order so much?
Okay, so from everything that we have seen, there was a hint that because my head is going crazy. I know the entire story, but right now I'm a little bit, I don't know. There is a part in the story that I forgot exactly where it was. There was a massive hint how Foundation actually used to be in an Imagined Order. He's not some random person coming out. They
Right.
have a big relationship with Geno. And Geno,
what is that relationship?
They used to...
Were
Okay,
they-
let me get... go
Were they
ahead.
lovers?
Geno
Are they
used to-
friends, brothers,
they used
co-workers?
to be together was meant to be like protecting the 0 point out of like chaos happening.
Where
because
did
they
where
know
did the
if
storyline ever say that?
it has been shown to us many times.
Where?
Again, I can't pinpoint it because like
It never happened. That's why.
Again, this is outsourced as well, whatever Clark was making.
We're not talking about outsource. That's how
You
the
did,
story
you
is
did.
told.
It was in a
That's a
blog
different
post from
topic.
DC.
It was in a blog
Yeah.
post,
Which
not
was
in a
which was even
Exactly.
dismissed by Epic Games as well. I think it was
But
dismissed.
like,
by-
wait,
who knows?
that's another topic for how the story is told. We're talking about like what has been told. We can talk about how the
hold
story
on-
is
but hold
told
on a second.
later.
The reason why I'm asking you this question, and so let me get a chance to rebuttal because you've had a good chance to talk for a while. So real quick, you just proved my argument and also contradicted yourself and
Not
defeated
really.
your own multiple times. So I'm just gonna break this down real quick.
How?
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna break it down real quick to the audience and everybody watching. Okay, so real quick, first of all, you said earlier that you cannot compare Fortnite storyline to anything else, and that because
No, you can't compare it to Marvel and the
No,
DCEU and the Star Wars.
no.
I said that
You
many
said
times.
earlier by
I
your
said
own
that
admission.
many times.
You
I
said
they're
stop.
the same
Stop.
concept.
No. You said that Fortnite was intrinsically unique and that there was nothing like it. It had never been
is-
done before. And also, you condemn.
Some-
Hang on a
oh.
second. You also condemn me for trying to compare it to other Fortnite storylines. So when I asked you what your hang on a second. Or sorry, not other Fortnite storyline. You condemn me for you condemn me for comparing Fortnite storyline to other storylines outside of Fortnite. You said I shouldn't be allowed to do that. But this is what I did, and I got you here. See, when I asked when I asked you what your favorite story was outside of Fortnite, and used a very good example, which actually I wanted to use in the debate at some point today, which is Breaking Bad. Okay, when you used Breaking Bad as an example, I asked you what are 4 elements of that story which you said were really good. You said that the story was unique. that they had really good world building, right? And I was like, okay, cool. You mentioned a couple other things, right? Then when I asked you about Fortnite, hang on a second. Excuse me.
I'm just saying the main thing you missed.
Hold on, hang on a second. Let me finish. When I asked you what you liked about Fortnite, you used those exact same words to describe Fortnite.
No,
yes, you did. You hang on a second. Hold on a second. Let me finish, please.
That
Excuse me. Let me finish, please. You also said that Fortnite was unique and it had really good world building, right? So two elements that were intrinsic to why you love Breaking Bad were also the same two elements with why you. Well, hang on a second. Were also the same two elements of why you enjoyed the Fortnite storyline. Therefore, you not only by your own admission did you compare two completely different storylines to each other, which you told me not to do, right? But also, what you just proved is that there is a way to tell whether or not a story is good. Those are both two elements that are in two separate stories that are completely different, but they prove a point that the story is good for these reasons. Now, you brought up another point, and you actually just said it a few seconds ago as well, where you said it was similar to Marvel. Once again, you were trying to prove the Fortnite storyline is good by basing it.
You don't understand what I mean.
May I finish, please? You're trying to prove you're trying to prove the Fortnite storyline is good based upon other storylines that exist outside of Fortnite. You're doing the exact same thing, which you condemn me for doing, but what I'm trying to prove to you is that it's essential and required to do. But not only that, if you enjoy a story for one reason, let me rephrase it. If you enjoy one story for a particular set of reasons, ultimately you'll enjoy another story for those same set of reasons. All you've done is prove my point. The Fortnite storyline.
Can I go now? Oh wait, it's gone. No, sorry.
You do understand how you just completely contradict yourself and walk yourself into a corner, right?
You understand me well. First of all, I said Breaking Bad, the characters, the feelings you get, you understand them. You like.
That was another thing you mentioned, and you mentioned something similar with the Fortnite storyline too,
and like how it was just like a crazy well done the story, everything and every detail part of it was amazing. But for Fortnite, I did not go for the characters.
You did actually.
I did not.
You did because you started bringing up the foundation.
That's
Hold
not
on.
the same.
Hold on a second.
Variety.
But the variety is the characters.
No, it's not only the characters. The main focus is the universe. It's okay.
I would like to point out that Cyan is goal shifting.
Okay,
he's moving the goalpost.
What is Marvel Cinematic Universe? It's not about the characters. The characters are in a universe. Basically, kind of. I don't know. Is the sandbox the right word? No. The universe is the main focus. Now it's multiversal. It's different. Those characters, what they do affects the world. The effect they have on the world is the main focus, not them. Doctor Strange going through the things we went through, that was not the main focus. The main focus was, okay, he went through this. How is that gonna change?
Well, hold on a second. How do any events in the storyline have any meaning without context to the characters?
That's what you're not getting. This is not the same way of a storytelling as single having an end stories. Those stories are focused on the characters. The characters are meant to go through things. You're meant to see from their vision.
That builds foundation on the story now. Doctor Strange, breaking his hands in a car crash and his relationship breaking up.
Okay, listen, you're not. I don't get why you're not understanding me. I just don't get it really.
We're understanding completely.
You guys keep focusing on the characters. I don't know if you guys just don't like this concept at all or something.
You keep bringing up the characters.
Fortnite, DCE universe. These are a whole new concept.
No, they're not.
That has not really been done that much before.
Hang on a second. You agreed that the Fortnite storyline is similar to the Marvel storyline, correct? Is that what you said earlier?
Okay, that's another part that I didn't explain that I have to write down.
But hold on, hang on a second. I don't hang on real quick. I don't need you to go into a bunch of detail about that. I just need to know.
I have to.
No, you don't. Real quick. You do agree though that the Fortnite storyline is similar to the Marvel storyline, right?
It's the same idea, same concept.
Okay,
but then you
so
can say
hang on a second. So real quick,
fine.
That's
the point. That's the point.
So hang on a second. So hang on a second. So why is Marvel such a popular property? Is it because they don't focus on fleshing out their characters?
No, they have a movie. They can't make movies.
No. Forget the movies. Marvel was popping before the movies. There's a reason. There's a reason why Spider-Man is the best-selling comic book on the planet.
You mean the comics? I'm talking about the MCU, not comics. That's different.
First you just tried to talk about the movies, and then
I'm only talking about the movies, nothing else. I'm talking about the Universal-based movies.
Well, hold on a second. Okay, even if within the content, the reason why the movies do well is because the movies wouldn't matter as much if there were no comic books before it. The reason why people let me give you an example. Pretty much everybody here probably watched Spider-Man No Way Home at some point. The reason why that movie was so good was because as a viewer who's 28 years old, when I was 6 years old and I watched the Sam Raimi films, I felt that there was a dramatic payoff to the Peter Parker that I grew up with. The Peter Parker that I got to see as a kid came back in that movie. The same thing with the one from the kids that saw the 2010 Spider-Man movies, right? All the Spider-Men came together, and there was a dramatic emotional payoff with those characters being there. But even with that being said, nobody would even give a shit about any of those characters if the Spider-Man comic books weren't good, because the movies, generally speaking,
there's so many people I didn't know shit about. What was it? Moon Knight. Yeah, I didn't know anything. I never seen him before.
It's not the point.
Saw that movie. I at least watched it 5 times. So you can definitely have care for the characters, even if you don't know them. Marvel just did a good job. It doesn't matter.
Yes,
if you
know
them.
why? Because the story's written well. You're not disproving what I'm saying. All you're doing is growing to a different point that I wasn't there yet, but we can attack that now. The reason why you can enjoy the storytelling if you have no previous experience with these characters is because the characters are written well. But what you have to understand is that the characters are based off their comic book interpretations. So whether or not you know these characters come from a comic book or not doesn't matter. The point is these characters are relevant and good, and the movies are being made out of them because the comic books were so successful. Because these comic book characters have a strong fan base, and the only reason why the comic book characters have a strong fan base is because the characters are written well. Fortnite's characters will never get there if they continue to be written the way that they are, because we don't know shit about Dr. Sloan, we don't know shit about the Foundation, we don't know shit about Zeno. And to another point, speaking about Zeno, if you were someone who didn't read the Zero War comic, you would have no context to anything that's happening with Zeno right now, which is piss poor storytelling. The fact that a person hang on a second, the fact that a person who doesn't normally pick up comic books would have to go out, grab a comic book, and read all 5 issues just to get some kind of understanding about who Zeno is and where he came from, and a small idea of what his motivation are, is completely asinine when the vast majority of your audience enjoys your game because it's a video game that's free, not because they're invested in buying a comic book. You have to be an ultra super mega 11 nerd to go in and enjoy a comic book like we do, like we all are here, okay? But the general audience is not gonna understand anything about Zeno. But you know what? And to wrap this thing up, to prove my point, and then we can end this here. To wrap this up, a few months ago, some people on my stream might remember this. A few months ago, I was playing random squads, and I started asking people their opinions on the Fortnite storyline. Just casual gamers. There's one guy I asked, I said, "Hey, bro, what's your opinion on the Fortnite storyline?" You know what he said? He said, "Bro, honestly." He's like, that shit doesn't make any sense to me. He's like, one moment we're fighting a giant monster, there's a fucking robot, and then we're going through a black hole, and then the island flipped through. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Hang on, stop. I don't know what the fuck's going on, dude. The issue is Fortnite's storyline is not easy to understand by the general person. The general person, hang on a second, the general person who the game is made for can't understand the fucking story because it's told poorly. Hang on a second. Before I became a Fortnite theorist, I didn't have any inclination to I thought the Foundation was the fucking visitor. I had no idea that they were 2 different people, because the storyline is told in a way that is not very concise or easy to follow. They try to go the Five Nights at Freddy's route, but I would argue FNAF tells their story better because their world is more contained. Fortnite is the issue that Fortnite has is that it's a battle royale. You can play the game endlessly, but Five Nights at Freddy's has an actual beginning, middle, and end with Easter eggs that you can follow. So it's easier to dissect and pick apart the pieces because the game.
What the game is.
Hang on a second, because the game is trying to lead you in FNAF is trying to lead you in a specific direction. Fortnite doesn't do that, and therefore the storyline and the storytelling is disjointed and disconnected. If it weren't, then the average person would be able to understand the story pretty easily, but you can't. And even if you do understand the story and follow it religiously, just from playing the game, you will not get the full context when the worst and the best example example of this once again is Geno. Arguably your biggest villain, with the exception of the Nothing. Your biggest villain, the one you've been setting up for 2 years, you literally dropped the ball. So much so that Nick A30 thought the Herald was Geno.
He just doesn't follow the story. That confirms nothing, man.
What that confirms is that the story is not being told in a way that's easily understood by the people that it's made for.
Unimportant. I don't know. What was it called? Elden Rings, the story, garbage, unimportant. Dark Souls, the stories, garbage, unimportant. These stories are not meant to be clear in front of your eyes. The way they're told is secrecy. Fortnite, the story is from your character's eyes. We have never seen Geno ever, so we are not meant to know anything about him until this is told in front of the character. The whole story, again, they kind of are the main characters in the story, like where the story is seen from. If something is not happening in front of your eyes, it is not meant to be known. But Fortnite has done something amazing, which I love.
That's what Zero was.
So that's what I'm saying. Say, okay, so you cannot really see it in the game. That would ruin the whole point of how the story should be told in the game. So we need to still explain some things for people just for fun, because why not? We cannot really kind of show it in the game, because it will completely break the way everything is supposed to be told. What they did instead was they made comics. They told things that cannot be seen in the same way in the game, how the story is meant to be told in the comics, which was a brilliant idea, well done, and it was really well done. There is a reason why Fortnite comics are really popular right now. There was a news, they have brought more young readers and stuff into the comic world than any other media. There is a reason for that. And once again, I'm gonna say this: the story is the Geno is not meant to be told in game. We have not seen him. Because again, the story is meant to be told from our point of view.
So why was Geno mentioned at the end of the collision event? Why was Geno mentioned at the end of the collision event?
Because we were there, we were seeing that Foundation was going for him, so of course they would be told.
Now real quick, I want you to imagine something. Imagine you're just a casual Fortnite player who's not super invested in the story, but you know enough to be dangerous. Okay. Now imagine you're sitting there, you play the collision event with your friends. You see Jonesy and the Foundation. They're talking about, the 0 point is focused in on Geno. Holy crap! And then you see them go into the 0 point, and you see them go into a different reality, flying through the sky, going after Geno. Then the very next season starts, and then you see Jonesy back on the island having a party, sitting down with the Imagined, kicking it. And then you do, and hang on a second.
It does need to be told.
Hang on a second, and then you do all the quests, and there's literally no mention of Geno and the Foundation.
Because hang on a second. Why would you buy the comics then? No, stop.
Hang on a second, and then all of a sudden the Foundation has now disappeared. Well, Jonesy was somewhere on the map, but then Jonesy wasn't. You see what I'm saying? My point that I'm bringing up is this. This is the point, okay? If you end a story with two of your main characters going for the villain that you've been setting up for the last 2 years, and in the very next season you don't mention the adventure that they went on to go fight that villain, and then hang on a second, and not only that, then you drop two of your main characters and they just disappear off the face of the game. That is very confusing for someone who's trying to follow along with the story. Hang on a second.
Is story garbage because they are doing the same thing and people love them. This is a different way of the storytelling. It's not meant to be.
I'm not arguing whether or not the storytelling is different. What I'm arguing is that it can be different, but it can also be bad.
You're not supposed to be easily understanding it. You're not supposed to know it easily. That's exactly your problem. You're again not respecting this idea, this new idea that has come out into the storytelling world. You want it to be the exact same thing that always has been out there. Just give me the story. This is made for the people who love secrecy, who love to go deep inside of things, who love to be slowly being shown. That is really sus. Yeah, sorry. Who love to be shown as slowly. Oh my god. Oh no. People are gonna record. People are gonna record that.
Somebody clip that, please. We're gonna put on a loop later.
Oh god. So
can we also?
So the Elden Ring, Fortnite story, and there's FNAF. I don't know so much about that, so I'm not gonna bring that up. Call of Duty Zombies stories. These stories are made to build a massive community
Call of Duty
that
Zombies
they
story was
go
told
through
better.
everything, build peace. No, COD Zombies story is garbage. No.
Why?
In
Why?
terms
Hang
of
on a second.
connection.
Hang on. Wait. Everybody shut up.
I'm
Everybody
gonna
shut up.
bring up
Why is
Lex.
it bad?
I'm gonna
Why is
bring
COD
up
Zombie
Lex.
story bad? Why is it trash?
Because they didn't do a good job like Fortnite, and that's because
No.
their leaders kept being
Why is
changed.
COD Zombie story bad? Tell me why it's bad.
Because the connections were like there was a war meant to happen. They built up to it, and that didn't happen. That's
So
different
let me
than
get, wait,
Fortnite.
stop.
Fortnite
Everybody shut the fuck up for
happened.
5 seconds. So let me get this straight. By your own admission, because COD Zombie set something up and they didn't pay it off.
No,
hang on, no.
that's
Stop.
not what I'm saying.
That's what
That
you
was the
just,
main
in the
point
debate,
of
in
the
the debate. He
story.
just proved me
Jesus.
right. He just proved me right.
Okay,
It's over.
wait, stop. No,
GG's,
wait,
bro.
wait. I have to
GG's.
say this.
You
People are
just
just
proved me
randomly
right.
Okay, stop.
my God.
What I
Oh my
said
God,
is
bro.
Call of Duty Zombies, the whole point of the story was that moment, that war. That was the main focus of the story.
Right.
The characters were supposed to build
And
up
if you
this
say
war.
another thing
And
about it being an omniversal story, I
I'm
will
not.
throw
I
my
didn't bring
computer
up
into the
Universal
trash.
is so long. Stop.
All right.
Oh my God. For Call of Duty Zombies, that was the main focus of the game. What is the main focus of Fortnite the story?
No,
To
you
build
just
up the
made a
world
different point.
and
You
leave
just made a
the
different
loop.
point.
And leave the loop. That's leaving the loop. If that doesn't
That's a
happen,
story
then
arc.
sure.
That's a story.
We're done. It's done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I don't have to say anything else.
Get to a judging thing because this
Yes.
has literally just been arguing the same point for 2 hours.
Yeah, we can.
Oh my
So this
God.
is what we're gonna do. This is what we're
I
gonna do.
don't agree with this whatsoever.
Yeah, well,
Cyan, bro.
well,
Listen, everybody listen.
Don't agree with you,
Good
so-
guys, good
Cool.
job. Cyan, you did an awesome job. Nice. I like the
of
back
course.
and forth. But this is what we're gonna do now. Our judges
Okay.
are going to choose who they felt won the debate in chat. You also are going to
Oh,
choose
wonder.
who won the debate.
Oh,
we're gonna start the
what
poll
the-
right now in chat. Choose right now. If you're on YouTube or Twitch, you can vote. Did Cyan win the debate, or do you think I won the debate? And then
But it's not fair though. Again, you guys didn't
Yeah, it
get
is.
my
It's actually
points.
a vote,
It's okay. Again, my point was, I'm just gonna say this, I'm gonna completely stop. My point was the Fortnite story is trying to do something
We know.
that is like completely different than what we're
Yeah,
used
you
to.
said that
Yep.
for 2
If
hours. We know.
you're
Yep.
because you guys keep not understanding it,
No,
then I'm
we
trying to
understand it
find different
completely.
ways. Yeah, okay, then why you
Cyan-
keep like ignoring that?
Cyan, I love you, bro, but that like, I understand that point. But the issue is that you're not looking at the bigger picture. You keep bringing up the same
I
point.
am.
Hey,
I'm
hold
just
on a
trying to
second.
be
We've done
fair.
this
I'm
so
just trying to be
many
fair
times.
It's
to
not-
the game
it's-
and everything.
Listen, it's not about being fair to the game. It's about objectively looking at the evidence that we have based upon everything that we
The
know.
evidence need to be fair to be judged. You cannot just bring up something
If you want the evidence to be fair, then it's your job to bring the evidence. You have to.
I
You have to
am
bring. You have
trying
to,
to.
You have to bring the evidence to prove your point. But saying the same thing over and over again does not
I'm
prove.
saying that. I am saying that Fortnite the story. Okay, as things need to be compared to what is similar to them, not what is supposed to be completely different to them.
Wait,
Fortnite is
Fortnite
not
should be. Wait,
focused.
Fortnite should be compared to what's similar to it.
Yes.
Didn't you say
things
the?
that are
Didn't you
like
say the complete
same
opposite
idea.
earlier? Just real. Didn't you say
What?
the complete opposite
Yeah,
thing
you said
earlier?
Fortnite is
No,
very
I said
You
it
said-
has
you said
to
that-
be
you said that
compared
you
to
can't-
things that are
Hang on.
kind of the same
Hang on a
idea,
second.
not
You,
exactly,
you
but
said
kind of.
you said, and I quote: "You cannot compare the Fortnite storyline to other stories because the storyline is
The
different."
other stories that are, yeah, exactly, that part, it's different. If it's different than those in a big way, you cannot compare it. Okay, the Fortnite story is focused on the universe itself. It's a never-ending story. Let's go search, find things that are similar to that. We got Marvel, which is said that it's gonna be a never-ending story and it's focused on the universe of it. Okay, you can compare it to that, but you cannot compare it to the story that is focused on the characters. And it's like, then you're supposed to like bringing up whole other idea. You're bringing up pieces of the story being bad, not the whole thing, which is completely different. You're comparing a whole thing of a movie to a small piece of this world. How is that fair? How is that exactly fair?
Because
Fortnite's had 5 years every day to pull out a story through challenges.
Fortnite
weekly
in those
challenges,
5
and
years has
Marvel-
done more than any other game out there. Which game out there has
Hold
done
on.
this many amount of updates,
I would
working on Creative 2.0 at the same time,
Cyan,
VR at the
Cyan,
same
Cyan,
time?
what you're trying to
You
do is
gotta be
you're trying
fair.
to you're not
You
you're not
need to
argu-
be fair.
Cyan, you're not. See, you're worried about whether or not something's fair, rather than just looking at something for what.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the point. When you have a discussion about something, it's not about what's fair. It's about what it is. Like, let's objectively look at this thing and figure out what is going on here. If
That is just not a really good way to look at things, in my opinion.
and how do you come to that conclusion?
Because again, if it's a story, then it doesn't have to be the same thing. In my
No one's arguing
opinion,
that.
difference is like unique things is the king in everything. If you can come up,
the point is, it's the unique way in which you tell the story. But the point is that every story follows similar beats, and that's what you don't understand.
There's basic principles which make it.
There's a reason.
What
Hang on a second. Hold on a second. Just to end it.
Basic principles, the focus of this game.
Yes.
Is it?
They should be, but
it doesn't have to be. It can be
conclusions.
different.
Okay.
That's what you're not getting right now.
All right, let's stop. Cyan, we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop. Let's get the vote from the judges.
They bring up the crown. Where is it?
One at a time.
Wait,
Well,
bring up the crown.
can I get the?
I don't know if
Yeah, like who wins it? Where is it? Oh god, where is it? Oh no.
Okay.
Oh my.
I don't know if moderators want to, tell their sort of points and how they saw certain
Oh,
points.
found it.
or
Who
get straight
wins
into
the
a vote.
crown? No, I don't have one. What the hell? Wait, where is it? No, someone stole it. It doesn't show your wins in creative. That's weird.
Accurate representation of how the debate went.
Okay, so hold on a second. Hang on. Stop.
Alright, chill
One,
guys, chill guys.
one at a time.
It doesn't
One at a
show in creative. Oh
One
my
at a
god.
time.
Chill guys. I don't know if mods want
That
to
was
say
funny.
a bit. So, Restro, do you want to go first? Mate, I don't know, say what you thought
Rostro
about it.
hasn't said anything.
Yeah, Restro's been quiet the
that's
entire
what
time,
I
bro.
keep saying, like, Terrestrial, say something,
I'm
man.
saying
I've been-
country roads in chat.
Restro's been active in the chat, bro.
Take me home.
All right, Restro.
Yeah, I was listening carefully. I acknowledge both points. But the problem is, I feel like Cyan was just contradicting himself a lot of the time. And I don't know, when he was arguing or like debating with Clark, I don't know, he was sort of ignorant about some parts.
Just
like
okay, sure.
comparing the
Alright,
story and
rest-
stuff like
rest-
that. So yeah, my bad. So I
It's
think I'm gonna
fine.
go with Clark.
It's all for fun anyways, don't worry about it.
Cool.
Tater.
Okay, I definitely agree with Clark because, Cyan really did just keep on contradicting himself. And it really feels like everything he said caused a loop back around to the same thing.
The loop.
Aha! No pun intended.
The loop from Fortnite.
And then tedious.
But yeah.
Any thoughts?
Do you even need to ask me? Like, okay. As someone who's done debating for like multiple years, and I know Clint's also done debating for multiple years, you don't rebut against yourself because that's essentially what Cyan did. He goes, "Oh, this is." I'm not even going to go into it because I tried making various points about that in the middle of the debate. The point is, Clint quite obviously wins because, well, look at the votes. It's 95% to 5%.
Holy shit!
People
Wait,
have
what? I haven't even
points
looked at him
that
yet. Are you serious?
They weren't biased. They were very fair in comparing similar things with similar principles, like kind of how a story works. And yeah, Clint wins. So does everyone.
All
Cheers.
right. In closing,
I still don't agree with those, but it's just for fun. It's all
it was for fun. I know we got super
Yeah.
passionate.
I'm not gonna take that seriously. Yeah, it was like.
Let's close the
I am
poll.
fine.
Completed.
If
45
you guys
votes in
think
total.
I'm
2
wrong,
votes
I'm
Cyan,
fine
43
with
votes
it. Don't
Clark.
worry about it.
Goddamn.
Yeah, no,
That's a
you were definitely
landslide.
wrong,
Holy
yeah.
shit, chat. Listen.
Can I close? Can I close?
Yeah. Please, Jay, close us out as the moderator. Final
I
thoughts.
didn't vote. But
Oh, okay. My bad.
yeah, just
I
points
wish we
about.
gave more time to rest through.
Just points about like story arcs. Like, yes, we have a big arc in 0 Point, but we also have small arcs in Jones and their individual stories, which is important in their own stories. And something else I noted down, which I now can't find. If I can't find it, I'll just move on. But if I do, I will mention it. Oh, it's like I can't find it. Oh, it's Fortnite does tell a storyline in a first-person mode, in a first-person experience. I guess there's a looper in challenges and stuff, but it is also third-person in 0 Point, and they've got to respect both, and they still have to get a storyline across. It has to match. So that's my opinion. That's probably why I'm going to also give it to Clark.
Someone in chat said Cyan's a looper. He didn't remember anything. He just had his emotional attachment to Fortnite.
All right, stop. No, yo, listen, stop.
Really good.
No, listen.
that
I want to
was
say
enough.
no disrespect to Cyan. I want to thank
No, I
Cyan
know.
for coming
Thank you.
on and debating, bro. Yo, first formal debate. Let's get some W's, some chicken in the chat for Cyan, please.
It was really fun.
I had fun.
Even though it go crazy, it was funny. It was funny as well.
I tried to make it as entertaining as possible. I was never mad. I just wanted to be really passionate the whole time.
Same.
I just had a good time.
Actually, same.
But let's show some love for Cyan. That was a fun
Thank you so
discussion.
much.
I enjoyed it.
Well, let
Same.
this
It
be
was
known
really
to
fun.
anybody. You want to debate the king? Don't fuck with your boy. Number one, undefeated on the channel. We don't lose these. We don't lose debates, chat.
Everyone, you right
Yo,
now in
wanna
mind.
settle this with a 1v1?
Yeah,
Settle
listen.
Want to settle with the 1v1? Is that what?
No build. I
We
hate
already know
building.
that Clark definitely won, but 1v1.
Let's
We know the only true way to. It has to be builds.
No build.
It has to be builds.
No.
No, I have no. I don't even have the keybinds. I don't even have the
Oh
keybinds.
my goodness, bro. Okay, wait. Hold on. How about instead? How about instead we do a good old episode of Agree or Disagree with Mr. JLY. Mr. JLY, would you like
Oh
to do
my
that?
god,
Yeah.
this could
Let's
create
do it.
division as well. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Let's.
we
All
have
right,
all that.
everybody go back to lobby.
God.
Return to lobby chat. So listen,
I'll go back.
Lobby?
No. Oh
Why
yeah.
lobby? I'm coming.
we have to go back to lobby because we gotta switch maps. We gotta switch maps.
Someone
You got a map.
put that
Oh.
too.
Okay, so chat, listen.
All right, we're gonna do something new, never been done before in the Fortnite community, and I cannot take credit for this. This is
Let's
Mr.
go.
JLY's idea. Okay, we're gonna get you guys involved in this too. So
I'll think of some questions as well because there's only 24. But I guess if we start
That's-
talking about it, that could take a while.
it's gonna take us an hour to get there, probably 10, bro. All right.
I'm just gonna go for break.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I need to
Jay,
go
I'm
get
gonna
my
make
pull-up. I need to go
you.
refill the popcorn bucket.
Jay, I'm gonna make you party
Hard
leader.
Without me,
Yeah, I'm not giving you any. You
I
don't
hate you.
deserve it.
he doesn't even share. Wow.
Wait, did I do it?
No, it goes on to Clint. Don't worry.
Hold on a second.
No.
Jay, I think you're party leader now.
Thank you, TBC. Thank you so much.
Yo, hang on real quick. While we're waiting for Jay, while Jay's taking a break, let me read some of these super chats. I'm gonna let these super chats rock out. We had to mute them for the sake of the debate. Want to thank everybody who gave some super chats. Looks like it was Alps and Sean out here throwing stacks of cash at my face. Appreciate you guys. We're gonna let these super chats rock out. Okay. Got some new subscribers too. Shout out to Squishy. Appreciate you, bro, for jumping on, subscribing to the channel. And let's see. Let's look at these super chats. Come on. Get me off the screen, bro. Where's the first one?
Amazing. A booby
Let's
trap
see.
that actually catches
We go to the
booby.
next one. No, we can't do that. Skip.
What are you good?
So
Who?
You were like humming some.
okay, so the first super
Really?
chat was from Alps.
I just like to vibe with music. That's all.
Hang on a second. First super chat was
I'm
from
just
Alps.
vibing
Donated
to the
$19.99.
You both have amazing
It's
points. and I can't wait to
it's
hear
what
more.
was it? Kid Laroi. Which
So
one?
Alps, appreciate that. But
Yeah.
Alps was saying that we both had amazing points. Alps
The
then donated another $4.99 super
1,000
chat.
miles, 1,000 miles. That one.
That's a good
Alps
song.
said foundation.
Yeah, I
points.
was just vibing to that.
Foundation
It's the
literally
music
talks
background
about
I
music
was
right
listening
now.
to that on a
happening
bike
for
ride yesterday.
years.
That's a very good.
It is really
So
nice.
Alps said-
Didn't it just like come
there's
in
really been talking about the
Fortnite
loops
first
happening
or
for-
something? Didn't they say that?
years.
That was there were 3 songs.
Sean-
Love Again.
Sean was mad at me here.
They love
Well, I
again
think
that
it's a
one, yeah.
debate that you
I think
can-
1,000 mine was too.
Sean thought I was being
Sounds
rude. Sean was
impossible.
it was just for entertainment, bro.
Oh,
It
okay.
just to keep everybody hyped.
And then
Yeah,
there
it
was
No-
was
a
really
song,
fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
That's what happens when you get in heated discussions. Let's see what this one
Clark
is.
literally saying Nika 30 when he says the wrong
Foundation,
name for a
oh
little
my
character.
God.
It's not a solid argument.
So hold on a second. So I want to address this really quick. Alps said because I mentioned Nick A30 in my argument earlier, it wasn't valid because Nick A30 says the wrong name for every character. Let me ask you a question. Do you think Nick A30 would get Spider-Man confused from Doctor Strange?
But he already has like. I'm not gonna go through it. That's
Hold on a second.
fine.
Hold on a second. Do you think Spider-Man would get Doctor Strange confused?
my
The point is that and I understand Nick A30 is not a theory streamer, but that wasn't the
I
point.
should explain the lore to him. I would love that.
The point is that for Nick A30 is a good example of general audiences. He has no idea who the Herald is because there's not enough information to distinguish the Herald from Geno for the average person. That was the point.
Well-
Not that Nick 830 is the epitome of reliability. If anything, that proves my point further.
Yes,
the
he
fact that the characters are not distinguishable enough by the general audiences means that it's an issue of storytelling. That was the point.
I'm gonna just say this like last time, I'm not gonna bring it up again. That is a way of a storytelling that is not super new. It has been like a decade or even more out. But it's a way of a storytelling that is you're not meant to do that. And it's a great way of a storytelling and I respect it. I love that.
Fair enough. Next
Alright,
super chat.
the
Let's keep
debate.
these going. Next one was from Sean. Sean said, "Popping a big mad." Hold on, this is let it rock out.
What? Ooh.
Hoping a big and them going
I'm
down.
gonna go for like
Me?
1 minute. I'll be back. All right.
Okay.
Oh wow,
Alright,
everyone
bro,
is leaving.
chill.
No.
Everybody will be back. Let everybody rest. That was
Wait, what was I doing? What was the questions like around like parts of the story or
hold on.
Lara Croft
for
with a pump
like
shotgun.
Mr.
said
J?
that day.
Okay. All right. That was. I have no idea what Sean was trying to say with the Laura Croft super chat. Appreciate the $2 super chat on that one though. Sean with another $2 super chat.
F30 doesn't know
honest, I
what the
wanna
hero.
sign to
Yeah,
win
it
this.
was.
Oh
really
man,
funny,
Sean.
that part.
Sean said that he wanted you to win.
Amazing.
Cyan.
Booby trap that actually catches boobies.
He said he was
I respect my community.
he's really rooting for you.
I hope they understand my points on it though.
Appreciate Doggy.
I hope.
Appreciate Doggy for the follow on Twitch, and then final
Okay,
super chat
Doggy.
from Alps,
Okay.
$4.99 super chat.
Clark, my grandma
my
knows
grandma
all
knows
of them
all of
as
them as
well.
well.
Wow.
Yeah, of course he does, because you probably
Wow.
sit down and explain it to her. Obviously,
That's so wholesome though, imagine.
when you
That's so wholesome.
when you tell your grandma, "Hey grandma, will you buy me the foundation skin
That's
for a
so
foundation
wholesome.
action figure? It looks like this." You show her a picture of it, and you go on a 15-minute rant about the storyline. Of course, your grandparents are gonna know
I
about
know,
it.
like imagine
You know
like
how much
her
my mom-
sitting there listening.
Do you know
That's so
how
wholesome.
much my mom knows about Optimus Prime? Okay, it's fucking ridiculous. My mom probably knows more about Transformers than the average human being. All right, it's pretty disgusting, and that's my fault. Okay,
Oh my
I'm
God.
just saying. Anyway, chat, I really do appreciate
that.
your guys' super chats. This has been an awesome stream, but don't go anywhere. We still got more. We're gonna get you guys involved
go.
in Mr. JOY's map. Is Jay
Oh,
back?
ready up. Yeah, I didn't publish it.
Did you,
Tedious is not here.
Tedious left now, so we got to wait for him.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to wait for him.
Can I say something?
Please.
Yes, talk more,
During
please.
that,
You're
I
on
messaged my
Ristro.
friend, who doesn't know really anything about the Fortnite storyline, except for the fact that he's friends with me, and of course I'll say a random few things. So I say, tell me who Geno is in the Fortnite storyline right now, off the top of your head. And he says, the leader of IO in the big bad of Fortnite. And I ask him, where is he right now? And he thinks that the Ageless is the same person as Geno, like Geno, who
Kind
we've
of.
seen so far. Well, yeah, they're the same person,
But
but
yeah,
it's not
snapshot.
actually the Geno we've seen.
But it
it's a
says
snapshot
it
of Geno.
right in game though. It says it's a snapshot. So there's your point. He just didn't look at the. I mean the
Yeah,
thing.
but
Are
as
you
I was saying,
expecting
normal people
everyone
ain't
to
gonna do
read
it.
every
That's the-
single
that's the
yeah,
point.
So what? But that is again. That is a way of a storytelling
We're not-
that is
but that's
used
not- but
many
that's not what we're
times,
arguing.
like in Elder
grandma
Rings.
IS dad and
You're
immigrant
complete. You're
cousins
saying this
1935
storytelling is
and my
bad.
others
You
died
just
before
don't
I was
like
born.
it, but doesn't mean
No,
it's
I
bad.
like it.
Sean,
but-
appreciate the $5 super
Then
chat, bro.
why you say that's a problem? When you say it's a problem, then you mean it's bad.
I wasn't completely bringing that up as a point. I was kind of like poking fun at it, but it does relate to all this.
It does kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
it's a-
but I don't get it. I don't get
It's-
wow.
it's
Maybe
okay.
that's because they don't understand what a snapshot is, and then that's
yeah, that's another
the
thing
whole
you have to
problem
get
with the
into.
comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only issue that I think, all the other ones I definitely don't agree with. This one, Fortnite needs a tab. I have made this concept like 3 times by now. They need a tab. They need to put old voice lines. They need to put old
I'd love
live
if you
event
did debates
videos,
with
all
you
of
as I
that
would
in
love
this
to
tab,
join one of
so
the
people can go
debates.
through them. That is the one thing they need to add. It's like a need. It's not like a want. They have to do it.
Hold on, real quick. Let me address the super chat really fast. Alp said, appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Alp said, I love he did debates with viewers. I would love to join one of the debates. I've only done one, and that was with Ducky. We might
Oh God.
we might do some. Jay and I were talking about having a call-in show at some point, so maybe we'll do that and bring you guys in. And
Ducky loves hating on me.
Ducky just loves to debate in general. I'll say that, but
What was that
Yeah,
guy who
that's-
debated with about the video? Wasn't
What?
that kind of as
that,
well?
that was Ducky.
No, it's not. No, Clint.
That was
No, the dude who. Wait, that was. The guy who got mad at your video and said you were misleading.
Oh, that was a
it?
totally different thing. That was about competitive Fortnite. But yeah, that was just some random dude, some
I
random
hate
weirdo from
competitive.
TikTok. Some random weirdo. Yeah.
Ducky, he's like kind of does it as a joke too, so I don't fully mind it. I'm fine with it
Wait,
somewhat.
hold on. Is everyone here? Can we all ready up, please? Holy shit.
TDS. Oh yeah,
what?
TDS came. He
They're
just
ready to-
talked.
Hey,
Wow.
hey,
Yeah.
Tadulas. Welcome back, bro. Yeah, ready the fuck.
Wait, could you guys not hear me? I was saying before.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we
yeah,
heard you.
just
We
said
heard you.
something.
We just realized that hey, we could already up now. Imagine.
That was weird.
Okay, so listen, chat. Actually, I'll let Jay explain how
Oh
this
my
game
God,
works.
ageless.
Okay. Oh damn, another super chat. Yo, Sean. calm
I
down,
love
bro.
Ageless. He's so cool.
His design, I love
Is
it.
Tater the one who is yawking and are
I
they a
know.
girl?
It's amazing.
Yes, bro. Tater is a
I-
girl. and
I
Tater
love
was
how his
talking.
voice
Holy
actor
shit.
just like tattooed his sword
The
on him.
hard
It looks so
questions, huh?
cool.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
Did you
guys,
see it?
Oh boy, another Tater sample. Get
I
Tater.
just
Get ready.
And then my man wear like a cat mate suit. I was like,
All right.
what?
Where is thy map, Mr. JOI?
Is it him? Oh yeah, that's him.
Well, I'm playing
Right,
Singularity.
we set up to the right one.
This one? Yeah. This one.
Let me in.
What
I'm
in
stuck.
the fly?
Wait.
Agreed or
I'm
disagreed?
lagging.
This one.
All right, everybody, jump in. Jump
what
in.
we
Jump in.
doing?
Jump in.
I
Jump in.
Oh, there we
I
go.
missed
I
what we're
mean,
doing.
he's got.
Okay,
it's
so
like,
listen.
It's a question. We have to agree or disagree.
All right, so Mr.
Hold on.
JOI, would
I'm
you like to
lagging out
explain?
like hell.
Would you like to explain this game to our wonderful audience watching, and I will get it set up. Okay.
Well,
Oh wow, this is cool.
It's so laggy. What?
Welcome to
Oh my God, do
creative.
you want me to
There you go.
send you the questions so you can just copy and paste it?
No. You're gonna ask us the questions, and then we're
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah, but
gonna.
then copy and paste it into the poll.
Oh,
Would
he
that- would
means
that
like
be easier?
the votes.
Oh, I didn't even think to do that. I was just thinking you just gonna read them out loud, and I'm just
Oh,
gonna.
okay, no, okay.
Yeah.
And then just let chat talk about it. I
Yeah,
guess,
then
but
do agree or
that's probably-
disagree on that. Let people vote as we go. So, yes. So I guess I'll just explain it, or you want to explain it real quick, Jay? How it works?
I don't know. It's just. Oh my God, I'm dying. It's just agree or disagree. I will give the five others a question, and then they either agree with it or disagree with it. I guess there is like. So I have put these floor tiles down. So I guess you have slightly agree if you're over here, and then I don't know. Where is he? Clint? Is he looking at me? I don't know what's getting these around.
But,
So if you're over here, you strongly agree, and then if you know, so there's like levels to it. Well, you don't have to do that. You can either just agree or not.
Yeah.
agree
So
with
this,
it.
so like over here would be you really strongly ultra super agree, and over here, you super ultra mega disagree. And then what Jay will do is Jay will ask us each individually, why do you agree or disagree with whatever the prompt is. Okay.
With what is it? It's all Fortnite related, right? Or-
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Fortnite
No, we're not talking
contest,
politics today.
storyline.
Okay, don't worry.
Oh, no, it might get. It
No,
might
I
get.
know. I'm just.
Boneless or bone and Fortnite
Let's
storyline.
go.
Like, is Clark an awesome streamer? You
Let
should all
me
be in there.
spray.
You know?
So I'm gonna go into strongly disagree. I'm just gonna stand over there, and be like, wait, okay, hear me out.
So weird. No.
I am a good streamer, please.
Bone in,
Trying
obviously
to work
good.
out. I don't want to go in hard for the first one. I'm like trying to. Oh my God.
Okay, so let me
Okay.
throw it up on Jay. Ask the
Alright.
question. I'll throw it up on the poll. Okay,
Money.
go ahead.
Okay. Will Fortnite Creator 2.0? Will Fortnite Creator 2.0 release in March?
March is. Oh wait. I agreed.
Wait, will it or wait?
Wait,
is it, hang
okay.
on a second.
What
Will
if
it-
it's
will it
okay?
release in
Just
March?
this question. What if it's a tiny bit after March? Does that count too?
No, it's
Just
not
a little
March.
bit.
If it's in March, what's after March? June? No, if it's
I'm
in
not
June,
gonna
that's
agree.
not March.
April.
Like-
God.
I gotta go. Agreed.
Alright, sorry, who's the foundation? Clark, isn't it?
Yeah, that's me. Sorry.
Why do you strongly disagree that it won't be released? It will be
Totally
released.
wrong.
Well,
Well,
according to my expert panel of the Shadowy Fox, creator of the Fortnite Backrooms,
Okay.
what he said is that Epic doesn't really have Creative 2.0 put together. Like it's
Oh, wow.
everything that they're doing, everything that they've been showing us, just kind of points to the fact that like it's not ready to go yet. Like they're still working on it, and it clearly has a lot of bugs. If Fortnite Fracture was any indication of being part of Creative 2.0, well, we can definitely say that yeah, it's probably not coming out anytime soon. So that's my 2 cents.
Damn. Alright, who's moving on?
That's tedious for me.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
So, essentially, yeah, it seems like the reason why I'm kind of like, sort of disagree, is just because, like, I'm hopeful, right? I'm as
Let's
hopeful as
go.
anyone else that it wants. Sorry, yes, it's probably not going to come out because we thought it was going to come out many other times, and it's been very highly anticipated and hasn't happened. So there you go.
Fair enough. Taya?
I have been in many games fandoms, and I have seen many times things just keep on getting delayed. And, of course, the only reason I'm standing more towards agree is because I'm hopeful for Fortnite, but there isn't really much we're being given.
Fair enough. I don't know if you want to follow me, Clark, afterwards. So
Yeah, sure. I can walk around with you. It's fine.
Yeah,
I'll be your camera.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the stream. Midas, why do you agree Nate will be out in March?
Oh, Midas, yes. Okay, so from the things I've seen, they are already building the sites and stuff, kind of like Roblox, that you can go through the everything like the maps made for Creative 2.0. So it shows us how the building the main engine is somewhat finished. Now they're like going through the other things, the presentation, things like that. And then there was a second thing that made me think this, which is like, what was it? Oh my god, memory. God damn it, I hate you. Okay, so the second, god damn it, wait. Can you ask Aegis? Maybe think I forgot. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
I actually forgot it.
I presume it's Reztro. Why do you agree it will be out in March?
Same thing what Cyan said about the website, and also Tim Sweeney said that it was going to be ready around January 90th, which would technically be around March, and
Yeah,
I just
I
have
feel that.
seen a bunch of leaks talking more about Creative 2.0 and how the website's being built and almost finished, so...
Yeah, but January
Yeah, I
9th
think
was
it's almost
hyperbole, though. That wasn't like actually...
Oh, I remember now. Okay, so it was
Maybe or maybe not.
one thing that I'm gonna say for people to make sure that Creative 2.0 is like, being taken seriously. Seems like from the research I've made, that $2 billion that was given to Epic was mainly to create Creative 2.0. So not only Epic is focusing on this, other companies are too. So don't expect it to go crazy. If they're delaying it, it's because it's good for us. It's like they're making sure it comes out right. And I trust them. I think it's gonna come out really soon.
Okay, fantastic. All right, that first question went pretty well. I did talk to everyone, didn't I?
All right.
Yeah, I think that was all.
All right, cool. Hang on. Let's look at chat. See what chat thinks. Let's see if chat thinks if Creative 2.0 is
More
going to come out.
between Midas and Risk.
Chat generally
Ageless.
disagrees. 9 votes disagreeing, and then 3 votes agreeing that they do think that it's going to come out in March. So there it is. What's your next question, Mr. JOY?
Oh, sorry.
Let's go.
Try not to be, trying to get into this easy, chat. Oh, you know what? It's okay to simp for Fortnite characters.
That's
Oh
so
God,
confusing.
Jay, you're
What
putting me in a
is- wait, like,
Jay, you're
in
putting me in a
what way? I
really
need to
awkward
know
position
that.
here, bro. Okay.
If you
What
go to
way?
agree, that means you're good. You're okay with simping for Fortnite characters.
Yeah, but like taking
Yes,
it
yeah.
extreme to like adult levels, or just like you loving the character in like a normal level.
I'm saying simp. The word simp. To simp for
I
characters.
Chat,
don't know the
everybody better
exact
vote fucking
meaning.
through right now. But you better fucking vote
Just
too.
disagree with it and you'll be fun. But it'll just say.
I'm angry for the memes.
Okay, so I guess Cyan, you simp for Midas.
Yeah, that's true, though.
Tater and probably Tedious will probably.
Singularity. Taylor, you simp for singularity. Where are you going?
It's 'cause it's
Taylor, you
sarcastic.
legit simp
It's
for
very
singularity.
sarcastic. It's very sarcastic.
No, it's not. Let's be
Jeez.
honest. Let's be
Lying
honest.
to herself. Well.
All right, I'm over with the correct people.
Okay, but Jay,
No, let him talk to them first.
There's Tedious talk.
Oh my god.
I mean, no, but I think Singularity's not bad, but other than that, you know.
Literally simps in his state. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not a good idea, but but she thick though. You feel me?
You know, there has to be an exception. But other than that, absolutely not.
Okay, bro. I think you just need to come over to this side of the.
So I'm getting Moon Knight and Asia's confused. The Moon
All right.
Knight's Tedious.
No.
Taya?
I,
Is that right?
Yeah,
I
you're right.
can't really speak on this, but I can at least say I wouldn't. Genuinely.
Yeah, fair enough.
Mhm,
Fair enough.
mhm.
Singularity.
Fair enough.
Base.
Fair enough.
Me?
Why are you way over here? Explain.
Listen.
Because singularity, of course.
Listen, I don't want to be that guy, but I'll just be the one to say it. All right, everybody's thinking, all right, Fortnite skins ridiculous. That's all I'm gonna say. All right. The Jay, look at what you're wearing. Right. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, I'm done.
Oh my god!
Tedious.
Hold on. Where are you going?
Oh my god! That was awesome. That was awesome.
The reason it's okay to simp for Fortnite skins is because Brutus and Peely exist.
Oh my god!
Bars. Bars. All right.
Wait, what up, me?
All right.
Oh my god, is that the mech? Alright,
Wait,
we're
what?
done with that.
Oh wow.
All right,
Doesn't even
next,
talk
all
to
right, next
me.
one. Hang on, let's see what chat said. Let's see what chat said. Does chat think it's okay? Oh my God, chat split 50-50. 10 yes, 10 no.
Lies, they all love it. It's all lies.
All to say is 50% of chat is down bad. Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna close the poll. Complete. Oh man, that was good. Good job, Jay. All right, let's get another one. Another one.
Alright. Chapter 5 starts in December 2023.
What? Wait, when is that? How long till then?
Chapter
No,
5.
so Chapter 5 will start December 2023.
2023. Oh, okay, 20. So
This year, at the end of this
close
year.
to the.
This year. So Chapter 5 will start in December this year. That's what I'm
Oh,
asking.
no.
Do you agree with that statement?
Hell no.
Alright. Seems slightly on this one. You're not all convinced, are you? You're sort of on the fence, really. Clark?
Yes. Oh.
So you disagree with the statement that
Listen,
Chapter 5 will start in December?
I don't want to be the person that says, "Oh, because every Fortnite season's been getting shorter, or Fortnite's gonna be on this new model where we only have seasons for a year." I hope they don't do that. That's why I'm kind of in the middle. It's just like, yeah, I hope that that's not the case, but I could see a world where they actually do that, where they're like, okay, we want to get a new map every year, but I do think that there's a lot that can be done if we stay on a map for at least a year and a half. And kind of just flesh it out a bit more, rather than just giving us a whole new map. So, yeah, that's my thoughts.
Fair enough.
All right.
Wait, what? Oh.
Wait,
Restro?
Rez.
Where's
Is Restro gone?
Hello.
Oh my bad, I'm here.
God, what are you doing, dog?
Anyways. I disagree because I don't know. I feel like a lot of things were changed for Chapter 3, and that's why they just had to move faster. So I don't think Chapter 4 will end
Exactly.
faster. So yeah, that's literally all.
Fair enough.
I was starting the real
Next
like
person.
Restro. He's my new friend. Let's go.
Oh, no, I was saying since
kind
Chapter
of
4
exactly what Restro said. I still am a strong believer on Chapter 3 was completely planned. Everything changed because of a lot of ideas Epic has right now, and they wanted to go through that. So they ended it really fast. And this probably everyone not gonna agree with it. Epic, after this chapter, bring out open world, please. I will do anything for you. Do it. Which if that happens, 2 years. 2 years till it happens. Let's go.
Fair enough.
Hell yeah.
I know why I keep getting Restro confused. He keeps changing from the other Major style. That's why I keep getting confused.
Can I move over to the other side if their points change the way that I said?
Yeah, that's
definitely.
That's again.
That's exactly how it works. Wait. Oh wow.
All right.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
So, I have been thinking about this as they were talking, and I thought, okay, one chapter per year, kind of, okay, it does make sense. But I was thinking about how, like, as Cyan and Restro were saying, like, how rushed it sort of felt, and how it's like, oh, they're just pushing all this stuff out. And I also feel like the failure that Epic had with Fracture would make them realize that people don't want, as much as it's like, oh my god, new content, people don't want that to be so rushed. So, because of what happened with the way that the last chapter ended and how that didn't work very well, I'm more on the side now from what they've said of like, no, people thought it was too rushed, probably won't happen because of, well, how it didn't work last time.
Fair enough.
Restro for the win.
Tato also changed.
I honestly
W.
didn't really have much of
let's
anything
go.
to think on this, so that's why I'm.
Fair enough. So
I'm
you're on the
just very
fence.
middle,
fair
but
enough.
yeah, I do slightly agree with everyone else.
Fair enough.
Lit. All right. Cool. All right. So listen, I got an idea. Let's do 2 more of these, and then let's talk some theories for what we think is gonna happen next season. Then we'll end the pod. How about that?
Ooh, hell
Okay,
yeah. I love that.
Cool. Cool. So we'll
Well,
do
are
2
we
more.
just
We'll do
gonna
2 more
talk,
of
or are
these
we
with
gonna play
chat.
something as well?
Wait, what?
Are we gonna play something, or are we
Do you,
just gonna talk?
do you want to play and talk? We can do that.
It would
if
be
you
Right,
want.
so we've got
Oh,
two.
wait,
you
you're
want-
more
you
than
want 2
4.
more? You want 2 more?
Let's do 2 more.
I don't
2
mind,
more.
I'm just talking.
Okay, this is more of a content one, but I can't actually see. Do you see your channel still being storyline focused in 2 years' time?
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. There we go.
I hate to break everybody's heart.
Wait. I have to ask this question though. I have to because
Wait.
do you mean
go ahead.
completely focus on the story, or will story be like still be a big part of it?
So the question is, your channel will still be storyline focused in 2 years' time?
Basically, over 50% of your content will be storyline focused. 60% or more.
Yeah, I would say
50. If 50, I'm fine with it. 50 is good.
Alright, cool.
Trains only shut up till 25.
I don't like to be only focused on one thing.
Oh shit, you're asking me. My bad. Oh god, I was distracted by your thickness. No, honestly, if the storyline, I'll put it to you this way: the storyline has been improving, but I don't see if I'll put it to you this way: if we don't get anything like a web series or something that really gives us something to chew in with the Fortnite storyline, you know, to really give us context to the characters and the lore, probably not. We got to move on to other things. So.
Yeah, we talked about the TV show before, haven't we? I'd say we can 5x our views if we get a TV show. We'd be banging views.
Hell yeah.
Tedious.
Okay, 3 sentences. Hold on, I forgot the sentence.
3 sentences?
Wait.
Holy shit, he's ready. He's waiting for this.
My brain forgetting is like infected.
Do you mean 3 words?
Hold on. No. Sorry. No, I mean 3 sentences.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh yeah, the views are shit. It's too much work. No.
Oh my.
No can be a sentence.
Fair enough.
I ain't mad at it.
Taya? Okay, so
I have no idea.
Yeah, fair
I'm
enough.
too attached to this game, so I don't know.
Honestly, just depends where it goes. Like, if the story continues, then I'll continue doing it. But if it like ends abruptly, then I'm gone.
Hopefully not. Please don't. Please don't.
Fair enough. And then Cyan.
Me?
Oh, what a surprise!
From how much I simped on the game, can you even tell? I love this game, man. I would never leave it, especially its story.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I will simp for this till my death.
Well then. All right, let me. All right, one more question. Yo, bro. Jay, you better make this one ultra extra mega juicy. Okay.
Really
hold on. Let me just.
Chat also.
Why is this wet?
That's what your mom. Sorry, mom.
No!
I knew that was
Oh my god! That was so good. I hate it. That was so
Sorry.
good.
I saw an opportunity and I went for it.
I wanna die. I wanna die.
Alright.
That was so good though.
My bad. All right, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
Man, I love this
A-star
place.
celebrities have ruined the storyline characters.
Goodbye. Hell no. Whoever goes there, I am gonna shoot you with a peely.
If I could go, if I could agree anymore. If I could agree anymore.
So A-star characters haven't ruined.
So you mean like actors playing as characters,
yeah,
right?
A-star, yeah.
Okay. So this has been something that is like really awesome. Call of Duty has done it, like Zombies, which I'm a huge fan of. It brings more attention to the story. It brings more reasons for me myself to love the character. Like Foundation, I can love him in 2 ways. I love the person in real life, and I love what's doing with the character. So it's just, first of all, more reasons for me to love it. It's a really like someone who has done this for a long time. They're like really good at it. It's their main job, so they know what to do. I trust them with it. In many ways, it's just, I don't want every single character to be, but I love it, and I want, like, what was it, like John Cena and stuff. I want them to come into. Whoever loves this game, get in, be a character. Hell yeah. There you go.
Cool.
What about Rizzy Retro?
Oh, he's scared. Let's go. I love this guy now.
Like how they're playing out the characters, I mean, I think Brie Larson did a fantastic job. Although, like, I still wanted her to be Singularity. I think she's doing a good job, and we shouldn't be angry about her, that kind of stuff. So,
We need to make a
we're
video
fine.
together,
And The Rock
man.
was perfect for the Foundation. I love that.
Let's
That was a great decision.
I love this guy.
Shut up. No, I'm just joking. All right.
Yeah, I mean, actually,
We need to
Clark,
make a
Clark
video
is
together,
wearing the
man.
Foundation while
So
agreeing with
many
his statement.
similar
Never mind.
ideas.
I'm not agreeing with
Let's
this.
go.
He
I
just,
feel very intimidated. This is scary. As being
What?
said.
Not
Yeah.
it? Oh
Yeah,
my
talk.
I hate you guys.
Okay, The Rock was cool, but Paradigm I really like. I know Singularity's gorgeous, so just make it. Okay, next.
Singularity ugly.
Oh god.
Okay.
Tater is gonna kill me. I swear.
Go ahead,
no.
Tater.
She's
Go
not-
ahead.
she's
Pop
gonna go
off.
out on
Pop
fire.
off, Tater.
I think it's kind of cool, but I'll just say something similar to this. Travis Scott,
What?
he had this entire event in Fortnite, and then he had controversy later on, and I don't want that to stain like main characters in the Fortnite story.
So if that was to happen,
Travis is not
Yeah,
a story
okay.
character. Wait a second.
I know. I'm
Oh, I
making
get
an
your point
example.
now. Okay,
Let her talk. My God, you had your chance. Please continue.
Sorry. I get your point. Sorry.
Anyways, yeah, if The Rock went through some controversy, I wouldn't like that leaving a stain on the foundation.
Yeah, that's
Fair
a
enough.
good.
But like, look at the movies. Does the person doing something like really, like Johnny Depp did, like the things that happened, really ruin the Caribbean thing for
So-
people? Not really.
Yes,
Wait,
didn't he
wait.
get fired?
Do I get to give my opinion?
No, that's a different part. For the Tater is talking about the visions of people, not the firing.
Can I talk now? My turn?
Yeah, Clark.
Okay, so listen, hear me out, all right? Here's the deal. The problem when you have like huge celebrities like that is they're very expensive. So we're limited with how many times we can have interaction. Are you fucking kidding me right now to do this? Holy shit. Anyway, this is I'm gonna stab every single person in this lobby if we keep. Okay, you know what? I'm fucking done. I quit. Podcast is over. Fuck this. I'm done. You guys fucking suck, bro.
We did it.
Anyway,
We sabotaged the podcast.
anyway, yeah, you get the point. Yeah, it's just too much to have all these celebrities in there. Too expensive, which means you're not gonna get as much storyline with these characters because they can't afford to pay The Rock $3 million an episode. Just saying.
They got the money. Hell no.
No, they don't. No,
They-
nobody. They might have the money, but they don't want to put it towards paying one actor to do like a episode's
Donald
worth
is
of
gonna make
voice
them.
lines.
Donald
Well, I
will
mean,
beat them.
The Rock.
They have to.
Donald's gonna beat The
It's
Rock.
actually not even
Okay.
that
No,
expensive.
not
They're
the Rock. The
multi-billion-dollar
Epic Games. If
company.
they say no, he's gonna smack them.
Listen,
Yeah,
once
Donald for the
again,
win.
it's not a matter
Hell
of
yeah.
that they can't afford it so much. It's how 69 viewers.
Oh,
It's
I
not
get
some-
it. I'm just messing around a little bit.
Well, I'm replying to Restro, but yeah, it's not so much that they can't
It's
afford to do it;
true.
it's just that they
Hey,
don't want to
guys.
probably put their money towards that. So, yeah. All right. Well, I'm going back to
Alright,
lobby.
should we dip? We back to lobby again?
Yeah,
So
we're going
are
back
we
to
playing
lobby.
something, or are we like just?
Is it done? Oh, okay.
We're not quite done yet. Unless does anybody have to go?
Oh, I
Yes,
mean
that
with
question. I wanna be
the,
respectful of everybody's time. Does anyone have to leave?
Mr. J.
I'm not sure. I haven't been told to go to bed yet. So.
Ah, it's not your bedtime. Well, it is the weekend. You're not allowed to stay up a little later on the
Do
weekend.
not care, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's only 1:30 in the morning. I'm fine.
Okay.
I am fine for now too.
You good, bro?
So listen, before we wrap this whole thing up, I did want to talk a little bit about what we think is going to happen next season. We're coming to the end of Fortnite Chapter 3. Or God, yeah. Well, fuck. Fortnite Chapter 4, Season 1. I always forget what chapter we're in, bro. I'm always so confused. So many goddamn chapters. Hey, we're coming to the end of Fortnite Chapter 4, Season 1, and I want to know from you guys, where do you think the storyline is headed, and what do you want to see in the storyline? I'm going to start with Retro, just in case he has to go to bed, and also he's spoken the least out of everybody here tonight. Everyone else, shut the fuck up. All right? Go ahead, Retro.
Let's go.
I'm not entirely sure because there's leaks saying that the next season may be Japanese themed, but then we also have this whole Riftgate thing. But I don't know. I'm kind of just waiting for the next Oathbound quest to really like theorize because I'm kind of just empty of ideas, to be honest. I don't know what's gonna happen.
That's the thing. It seems like the
Yeah.
next set of Oathbound quests, that's what's really going to set us up for what's going to happen.
And we're getting 2 weeks worth. That's a lot of lore.
Are we?
Mm-hmm.
We're getting 2?
Part 4 and 5.
Oh,
Oh,
so
no.
all that's dropping
Oh,
on
no.
Tuesday then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh no.
Really?
Oh no.
Damn. All right, chat. Well, guess what? You're getting on Tuesday. We're getting a long ass stream.
I'm
Breaking
gonna
it down.
die.
Wait, 3 days until the. Wait, I didn't even realize that.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
die.
3 days.
I'm working on a huge video and doing that. I'm gonna die.
This is gonna be fun. Cyan,
Not for me.
Cyan, what do you think?
so
Where do you think we're going? What
Based
do you want to see?
on the plans are kind of changed, so I'm not sure what's going on. But this is what I'm hoping, not hoping, but I think is going on. So from this event, I really don't think this is just the event to happen and be gone. I really feel like this event is kind of a beginning for something that is gonna happen in next season, and hopefully legit this new back bling is a completely around Midas. So I think Midas is gonna have a role, at least a role to play in next season. I think the Fox clan, they are related to Japanese stuff and stuff. They were teased in this season. They kind of like got ripped into the map once again. I think we finally are gonna get some lore for Fox clan, and there is no way they're just gonna go away from Oathbound. So probably Oathbound is gonna be part of that too, and then it's gonna be like first this part, and then after that the last reality and the seven. First the seven, the evil kind of seven come back. We find a way to cure them, fix them up, and then after that the last reality themselves come in. And we just make a massive bar. Last reality or the nothing versus the entire everything. IO is forced to work with the seven. Everybody are forced to work together to defeat the nothing, not fully. And after that happens, we leave the loop and open world. There you go.
This man just gave me the whole play-by-play over the next 5-year Fortnite plan.
Yeah. I love this game's story. I told you.
That's dope, bro. That's dope.
Thank you.
Tater Tot, what do you think? What do you think's gonna happen next season?
Oh goodness. All I can really say that I can think of is the nothing does end up coming through the portal, and he possesses a lot of people, and I think that would include the ageless.
Oh, the fury you just made.
So, let me do this because I don't want the conversation to be too rigid. I want people to be able to chime in as well. But I want to Jay and Tedious. I would assume that you both are kind of along the same lines as everyone else, right? It's gonna be kind of a last reality kind of a thing.
Hopefully.
Jay.
No.
Yeah, the nothing last reality. I would say that.
Let me.
Oh, sorry, I put an echo on. Sorry.
No, you chilling. Well, let me ask y'all this question: where do you think Fortnite should take this story? What do you think that they should focus on? Like, if you were in charge, and you were going, and anybody can answer this. If you were in charge and you were going to write the storyline for next season, what characters would you focus on, and how would you frame the general outline of the story?
Do you want me to go first? Or
Yeah, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
I would focus on building the foundation of the last reality and how the nothing intertwines with the last reality, and as well as all the others. I guess what's come before: the Chimera, the Proaxians, the Herald, the Q Queen.
Fluxarian.
Fluxarian.
I always say Proaxian.
What is that?
Plant-based aliens.
Oh.
Wait, is that what the Herald
Like
is?
the Herald,
You should know
yes.
this.
Yeah. the Herald
Blue
and
Watcher
Blue.
and
Let's go.
yeah, that sort of stuff. So try and find out how the nothing actually is with the last reality, because I guess we can surmise that the nothing is the big bad last reality, but I guess they could be just
It's
how they
definitely
work
him.
how they work with the last reality and how they control it. I don't know. Or no, I don't know.
You know, the whole relationship between the nothing and the last reality is super interesting. I forgot, was it one of you guys that came up with the theory that said, what was it? That maybe it was somebody in chat actually. I heard from somebody recently that the last reality is called that because the nothing promised to keep them alive. He's gonna wipe out, basically the nothing's gonna wipe out everything else but the last reality. That's why they're called the last reality. That's why they work for the nothing.
I said something similar to that.
I said something similar, but not exactly the same.
Same.
Yeah.
Tedious.
It's like
I said.
Oh, yeah.
I
Let me
think,
let Tedious jump in. He hasn't talked yet.
Yeah. So wait, am I still answering the question that you asked Jay, or am I doing?
Yeah.
the
We're
thing?
we're just free flowing now. Just the last thing that we're
Alright.
talking about.
I think the thing that I said was like the nothing and the last reality. This was before we knew like that much about them, but this is just the brief thing that I said that's kind of like that. Is that the nothing and the last reality kind of like a two-step plan? Like the last reality is sort of the army of the nothing that's meant to, well, wipe everyone out and make themselves the last reality, so then the nothing could just get rid of it all. Because from what it seemed like, it wasn't like the nothing was promising that the last reality would stay around, because I remember there was dialogue in, I think it was chapter 3, season 4, which is what you herald will consume you, basically implying that even whatever ends, where it's the nothing, the chrome, whatever destroys everything, will also take the last reality and the nothing itself with it. They literally want, well, yeah, nothing. So that's pretty much that's what it seems like. But yeah.
Guys, feel free to chime in, by
Hopefully
the
that
way.
makes
This doesn't have to
sense.
be super rigid. Like, I don't have to go to each person one by one. It can be an open discussion.
Yeah, all right.
No.
So wait, what?
Don't want it to be the
Can
Clinton
I, like-
TV show per usual. But, so, let me ask y'all this question. And once again,
Yes.
anybody can answer. How do y'all feel? Is there anything that would turn you off? And Cyan, I already know your answer is going to be. But is there anything that could like turn you off from the story to make you not really want to cover it next season? Like, is there something that could like derail you? From like actually like even having any interest in this whatsoever? And if so, what is it? Everybody, one at a time. Somebody go. I don't care who.
I want to go last. You guys go.
Does anyone want to say anything?
Just feel like they've got to commit to something next season. I don't know if that makes sense,
I
but like,
don't
make
really
it
have
10%.
anything to say to this because I don't know anything specific.
I gotta be honest, if there was like a season with like no quests and like an antagonist that was just kind of like Clint was saying before, like kind of just left out there, just kind of like, oh my god, fucking Fred with lasers, it just kind of shows up and has no explanation whatsoever. I feel like that's what Chapter 3 Season 4 was, and that made me feel like, oh my god, I don't want to do this anymore, which is why I didn't post, but that was just like, oh my god, there's this random, exactly, plant chick who spilled some silver liquid somewhere, and it's gonna blow stuff up. Now we're gonna give you 2 sets of story quests about characters that have just kind of left the island now, and Brie Larson's doing something.
The thing that confused me
It's
about
just
that too is
when
like
the
the
story-
Chrome never like when was the Chrome ever implied to blow up anything? Like it just kind of came out of left field.
The Chrome, we don't know. The Chrome
to be
is
something
not
with the tree.
completely explained yet, so
Yeah.
we don't know.
Yeah,
I
It's
did see
something.
something,
It's
someone
supposed to be
said that
explained
the
in the
reason-
future when nothing comes.
hopefully.
Yeah, because the shipless man and stuff, he's gonna do
Oh
it.
yeah.
I know
Unless
what
that's
made me.
Zero or Jedi, but I doubt it.
I know what made me quit. If it turns out I've been saying Braxton wrong this whole time, it's actually plucked there. But never mind. I feel like I'm having a Tommy moment when he kept saying Gino all that time.
Zeno.
It is Pluxarian,
Gino.
but that's all good.
Zeno.
Well, never mind. I'm going to keep going with Braxton. That's fine.
Fight.
I've committed now. I've committed. It's too late turning back.
Flexiarian for
Change
me.
your channel name to how do you
Mr.
Flaxarian.
Flaxarian OJYO.
And then he changed the logo to the yellow thing, but it's the plants now.
Retro, did you have something that you wanted to add?
I completely lost my train of thought. No, we got like sidetracked on whatever we were just talking about.
We were talking about. I was asking you if there was anything that would derail you from covering the story next season. If there's anything that would take you away from it.
Just like what TDS said, no story quest, no lore. That would kill me. Like Vibin, almost like that was the end of me. Like I swear, if that lasted a bit longer, no,
This
like we
season
had no
after
quest
was
for a
worst.
while. I don't know. Paradise, Vibin, both almost killed
Yeah.
me because
Paradise.
I
Yeah,
needed the
no,
lore.
that's
I
fair.
couldn't do anything, and I was like, ah.
I get it.
Yeah,
Don't
Paradise.
quit. Where's Troy carrying the scene?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, no,
crap.
Wait, can I ask a question to the general consensus?
Yeah,
of
let's
just
talk,
the
let's
people,
talk.
like the chat and the people here. What do you think was worse for story, Chapter 3 Season 3 or Chapter 3 Season 4? Because I
Season 4.
genuinely don't. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Or
Season 4 was rushed,
Three.
so yeah,
It
it
was
was
so bad.
completely changed up.
Because
It
I see
makes
people
sense.
constantly
I like
shitting
4
on
more.
Vibin. I'm
I
like,
don't know.
okay, it
It's
wasn't.
it's because
that.
mostly
It wasn't
gameplay.
that
I wouldn't say mainly story, mainly gameplay. It was too bland.
The gameplay
Three
was
just
bland, but the
contradicts
story
Yeah,
that season was
it's
fine.
the gameplay is definitely affecting people's opinions. It's definitely
Yeah, for
that.
sure.
Yeah, it made it really, for me, it was like really confusing. Like going off of what Rez was saying, like it did seem to conflict with Zero War because okay, the Imagine's dead, but also she was alive.
She's not dead. Why
Yeah,
you
we-
guys? I don't get it.
Because the comic book
No,
fucking.
no, you didn't. Okay, let me say it. Let me explain
Oh,
this so
no.
people stop saying that.
Look what I did! I'm sorry. Oh shit!
I'm gonna war.
No,
I'm
I
gonna
know.
go to war with
Another
people
2 hour
say Imagine is
Oh,
dead.
I'm not debating. Just
She's
go ahead.
not.
Just talk. I'm not gonna.
Okay, so in the comic, Geno completely just like he hints and he still cares about Imagine. He's not like completely like my daughter, just let her die. I don't care about her. And then at the end, there's that one. And then the second hint is that at the end, he clearly says he did the same thing he did to himself to her daughter as well. What did he do to himself? He rebuilt his pieces into another reality, aka he did the same thing to Imagine. They just didn't show it. That's it.
This seems very subjective, and it could go either
we'll
way.
just have to wait until another shitty
I
comic
mean-
with inconsiderate art just comes out. We'll just have to wait for that.
Bruh. No, I don't hate on Zero Wars. That's my baby. Don't do it. No.
So no, I wasn't talking about Zero War. I was talking about the comic that.
Yeah, you were. I fucking
the
heard you. You were
Dawn
disrespecting the art that is Zero War. That comic is flawless, tedious. There's nothing wrong with it. No plot holes. And it all it does is expand the storyline in a perfect way.
Exactly. There we go. I like this stuff.
God damn
So
it.
you said the art that is Zero War. Do you mean the art that made Devour look like a T-Rex and was incredibly inconsistent?
That was
and
just
made the
the
Imagine's
artist
memory
problem.
look-
I don't really care about
Listen,
those
let's
things.
not focus on the minute details that don't matter.
Exactly. Yeah.
What you mean the monster
doesn't-
that was
it
that was
wasn't-
integral
okay,
to the
it
plot and
does
why the
matter.
Fortnite storyline actually ended up the way that it did? Tedious. Come on, you can't
It's-
possibly.
No,
I'm not gonna put up
Silly
an artist
PDF.
mistake on like. I'm not gonna make it that big. It doesn't have to
Still
be.
shitty. Anyway.
I'm gonna
Okay,
be I'm gonna be
it's a
honest. I did
mistake,
not realize
but-
when I first read the comic. I did not realize that the T-Rex that the Ice King was fighting was supposed to be the monster from
Same.
I asked the artist. The writer. It was the artist problem. I don't know what the fuck went wrong with him.
I have
but
no.
yeah.
I mean, they had the.
I don't know why they didn't give him a reference. That was dumb.
They did.
could've
Like
just literally
the
looked
artists
up the
probably.
Devourer.
No.
You could have just looked it
Didn't
up.
they get
He
the
did.
Devourer right
It
in
was-
one of the other comics
they
though,
were
like
in
the
a
first
rock.
Yeah,
issue?
the artist changed at the end. One of the comics, I think it's probably that one. The artist changed up, so they had to re-explain everything to him to make sure. And this single point, he got it wrong.
No, it was a guest artist.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
Yeah, they were rushing on that
Just
day.
fucking gone on
Because like they
Google.
had to bring this out. There was things that were relying on this comic. They just went that way, sadly. But
And then it
again,
performed incredibly well.
I'm
as
not
well, so
gonna
it was
allow
really
that to just like force. That's such a small detail in this massive comic that had so many beautiful things. Why would I let one thing bother for the entire thing that people work so hard
I'm
on?
just gonna say
Like,
it.
that's
the
not fair
Batman,
to
the
me.
Batman comics were way
That
better.
is just not,
Canon.
Batman comics were done by the same writers,
Yeah,
so
they
they're
were.
basically the same thing.
Batman comics.
Yeah,
were
each
better.
They
Great.
just had the same focus. Batman focused on building up the world,
Batman
and this
focused
one
on
was
Batman,
focused
and
on
that's why it
building up
won.
the story. Wow.
Batman's a W, okay? All right, there's a reason. why
Batman is
That
Batman
was
is
good, I
my
loved it.
Batman is
Clearly,
mega W.
clearly they had
He
prep
is the
time when
best.
making the Batman comic, okay? Very
Oh,
soon.
definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, no, the art in
Batman is
Zero
awesome.
War. The art in Zero War is one of the reasons why I don't tend to go down the road of Geno looking older than Aegis, because I don't know if that's good enough to go
He,
on.
Ooh,
he
I
just
didn't even
looks
think about it like
angry.
that.
He doesn't look old. He's just mad.
He does look old. He's
No.
Well, no,
he looks- he doesn't look
Sloan
old,
and
but he
Jones
looks
also looks about
older.
300 years old.
he doesn't look like.
Yeah, that's just like a try. They're trying
Geno,
to.
like, changed
Okay, you
That's
know
a
my
way
most
of like
popular-
they want to
my
make
most
them look
popular
like
short-
angry
my
and
most
kind
popular
of
short
like.
is probably really inaccurate then because it talks all about the age difference between the Ageless and Geno. And people
There is
fucking loved it,
something
so
that I
don't
do
care.
want to bring up though, but
Doesn't
probably
matter.
this is not the fact for ages and stuff. If
Alright, I
you're
gotta go to
still
bed now.
young, like the
Wait, hold on,
Imagine an
hold on.
Order,
Cyan,
their
hold on.
body.
Cyan,
oh, sorry.
hang on. We gotta say goodbye to Rizzy Restro, bro.
No.
Thank you for joining us tonight, bro. I
Restro,
hope you
we
had
need
fun,
to
even though
do
we didn't let you
something
talk
together
much.
again. I loved it.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Always, bro. I hope you come back, even though you don't get to talk.
Wow.
All right,
See you
dog.
guys. Good night.
Have a good night, man. Appreciate
Good
you.
night, Restro.
Bye bye.
Restro absolute W. Legend.
All right, Cyan. What were you saying?
So I was saying that like something that people don't really talk about. It's like, yeah, they cannot age, but their bodies still will grow. Like, imagine an order. They will like not immune. I forgot the word. From when they were a child, but their bodies still grow. So it's like, if their body is not complete changing and growing, it still is gonna happen, even though you're like immune. Your body is not gonna just like degrow. It's not gonna get worse. That's the only thing
mean
that doesn't
immortal?
happen.
So
Yeah, immortal.
I
Sorry.
want to ask y'all this question: how do y'all think having kids works in the 0 point? Do you think Midas? Do you think Midas had Jules before or after he entered the loop?
1,000 years and Jules is kind of still young, so I say in.
What y'all think?
I have no idea. How are we supposed to know?
Yeah, as I explained, you'd be a lot of guesswork in there. You can.
I
don't know,
think
fight
it's
for a few
in.
things.
I always just presume that he had her within the 0 point, but then it's just like, what happened to her mom?
Within the 0 point.
Or within the loop? Fuck it, whatever, dude.
Within the 0 point.
Yeah, they had it. They made a baby in the 0. I mean,
Jules' mom confirmed.
the Jules' mom is the 0 point. Imagine.
No way.
I actually thought it was Singularity for a bit.
Oh shit.
And that's
No,
I have
yeah.
heard that theory. I have heard that theory. But everyone thinks it's
Taser.
also Marigold too. But it's just like, wouldn't Jules have gold
Marigold
powers
is
if both of her
the-
parents had gold
Marigold
powers?
is the daughter. I mean,
Isn't
I don't
Marigold
think.
Jules'
Yeah,
sister?
exactly. That's the thing that I bring up every time people say that. Jules probably is more like her mother, which is why she's not that close to Midas. Not even the color of the skin.
Wait, hold on, time out. Wait, rewind that. Play what?
So the color of the skin of Jules is not even close to as white as Midas, and Midas and Marigold both have super white. So their genes would make Marigold,
true.
I'm sorry, Jules to be as close to white as them too, but she's not. So
mean,
definitely it's like her mother is this color too,
Unless she
so
got
she
a
went more like
tan,
her.
and she's also like super tatted. But,
Nah, no way. Have you seen Midas? That is whiter than the snow. No way.
You're making very racially inconsiderate
Wow.
comments about my
Imagine.
idea.
No, it's fine. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Well,
I just
ultimately,
realized that same. Oh, okay, never mind.
what? What were you
No,
gonna
no, I'm just gonna say something. No, it doesn't matter.
say? I
So
thought
Marigold and Jules are sisters, yeah? No?
I think so, yeah.
Probably.
I think so.
that-
Oh, Sans is gonna hate on me so bad
who's
for
their,
that.
I just wanted like who is their mom, bro? That's wild.
Not explained
Singularity,
at
I
all.
bet.
Singularity.
Well,
Singularity.
that's the theory that made Top 5 Gaming go, holy shit. There's this TDSX guy. And then.
But they
well,
never
actually,
even
no.
mentioned Singularity in the thing.
Singularity hasn't been mentioned since what? Season X or season 9?
Season 9.
Yeah.
Season 9.
No,
Well,
but
he's
the
just been
masked
Zero War, I
version of
guess.
her
It was
did
my
some
second
Zero
theory that I
fusion
ever
thing.
made that Singularity was her mom, so don't
Really?
look at me.
Wow. Tater,
Well, actually,
the
it was
or-
more like third, but second theory video. Actually, no.
When did you start doing theory
Actually, yeah,
stuff?
second theory video.
Was it just
Oh.
when you joined that chat? Is that it?
Well, when I joined that chat, that was when I made that theory, but before that, I made a theory about Singularity being the cube queen.
Wow.
God.
I remember,
I
it said
can't-
she
I
was
remember
the
coming
sister
across
of Origin.
theories like that
Not
back then. I was like, are
Origin,
you
yeah.
fucking kidding me?
She said Singularity is
Very
sister
good
of
evidence, I will
Origin
say.
too.
Are we
yeah.
still gonna? Are we still gonna stay on after? Because I'd like to show Clint. I'd like to show you the map thingy.
Yeah, we can.
If-
I'm
if-
actually
if you
about
have time
to,
after.
to close the stream out. So listen. Oh wait, Sean.
Okay.
Sean is ending us out with a $2 super chat. Sean says
Jules' mom.
Jules' mommy. Good
Wow.
It's
God.
actually
Jules'
daughter.
mom.
Actually, but yeah.
Sean, we love you, man.
I support that statement.
And he's throwing more money at me. Listen, chat. Here's the deal. I
Jules is
love
a
y'all.
baddie.
I'm going to go. I'm in the stream here. We love you guys. This was a fun podcast. I want to thank everyone. Retro,
Thank
Cyan, Tedious,
Thank
Mr.
you.
JOY, Tater. Thank you all for joining me on such an intense episode of the 0 Point
It was
Podcast.
an honor. Thank you.
It was an honor
Being
to have
with
you on, man.
legendary content creators.
It was good. It was good to have the theories together. The next time we'll try to do something maybe a little bit more lighthearted, but we'll have everybody back on at some point in the future for sure. Guys, we love y'all. We'll catch you soon. Probably. Oh, and don't
Hey,
forget.
everyone
Wait,
here.
real quick. Sunday, me and Mr. JOI are playing a duels tournament.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be a good time.
Jules is a baddie.
What time does it start? Isn't it like 9 a.m. My time or Eastern time or something?
Yeah, 6 p.m. UK time, so whatever that is. We're up against Mama Benji Fishy, Malibuka, top EU player, FNCS finalist, second place. Who else we got? Reddish.
Wait,
Imagine
serious?
competitive.
It's
Hell,
a super ultra
guys-
mega try hard tournament.
Oh my
You're
god, I
up
can't
against
remember.
Benji Fishy.
no bills for the win.
Mama Benji Fishy.
Mama
not
Benji, yeah, Benji Fishy's mom, bro. Okay, get it
How
right.
did you get into? Wait, what?
Listen, you
Mr.
just have to be
Dean Genie's
cool,
talking, I've known
okay?
him for years. You just have to be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking tell him, Jay. Fuck. He's gotta be a savage, okay, and then also be double savage and get
Today
invited by a
someone
savage.
agrees with me.
All right, Sean. Yeah, somebody agrees with you. All right, I'm
That's
into the stream, guys. We'll see you
crazy.
if not tomorrow, for sure on Sunday. We love y'all. Catch you soon.